Oh God. We are live. Okay. Hello. I don't know if anybody's in here. It doesn't look like it, but all right, guys. It's me, Krista Marie Miller, Georgia, Carolina. We're here to do Love and Hip Hop Lineage to Legacy Part 1. I did see Part 2, but I think there's like a lot of them now. I think they're going to be every week. So we can do this every week if you want.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how many they're doing, but they did advertise what's going to be on the next one. Papoose is going to be on the next one. Carly Red is going to be on the next one. I can't remember who else besides that because I was like watching it in passing.
Now let me ask you, like, did they not have this type of DNA testing for Africans before this, or is this something new?
It was not this in detail because what the woman who created this is like, I can't remember the woman's name. I'm sorry that I can't call her name, but I just watched an interview that she did with Mona Scott Young before this show actually aired, and the creator of it, it's specifically an African ancestry it's AfricanAncestry.com. And what she's doing is, whereas with like 23andMe, Ancestry.com, it's specifically an African ancestry.
Are you there?
African ancestry. Yeah, I can just hear myself.
I know, me too. I'm trying to figure out how. Wait, hold on.
Whereas with like 23andMe, Ancestry.com, it's specifically an African ancestry. African ancestry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can hear. I'm just not sure what's happening. Whereas with like 23andMe,
hold on, guys.
Ancestry.com, maybe just
hold on, I figured it out. Hold on. All right, I got it.
Whereas with like 23andMe,
hold on, guys. All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm fixing it. Hold on, I figured it out. Hold on. That should fix it. Okay. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Everything started opening. So my other it opened in YouTube. So it was like I was watching it in one tab. So it was playing, and then sorry guys. Whew. What was I even doing? What was I?
No. Basically what the system is there's an interview with Mona Scott Young, with the creator of AfricanAncestry.com, and what it is whereas with like a 23andMe or a regular Ancestry.com, it just may, give percentages of like specific areas you may be from, like if you're part Swedish, if you're part this, if you're part African, if you're part West Indies, or blah 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 blah, those tests were very general.
Okay.
And so with the African ancestry, it goes more into not only what country in Africa you're from, but it also talks about the tribes of people you're from, where your bloodline connects to, and it takes the DNA sample and it traces your ancestry basically not far back. It's not back, but it more so traces it to the type of people you would be related to living in Africa now. So like let's say Paris and I believe Rich Dollars were both from Cameroon, and they were both from the Bakali tribe. I think I'm saying that wrong. Excuse me if I am.
Yeah.
But they were both from the same place in the same tribe. So it's like not only finding the place that you're from, but it's also finding like your specific tribe, your people, and you got to learn about the type of people that you come from and not just the actual place. So it's more in detail when it comes to the African ancestry than it is with just the regular DNA kits.
Now, did they do that so they couldn't do it with the regular DNA kits, or they just made this as just aside so it could just be focused on African ancestry DNA, and say couldn't do could our the regular DNA do it, or you know what I mean?
I'm sure that they could, but they just didn't.
Oh,
that's my thought process of it.
That's
because from my understanding of the explanation was you could like you were seeing all of these kits out there, but they weren't really diving as far into the lineage of your family history as it could. So she created this system for that niche of like
Right.
people who were from these places but didn't necessarily, or like who could find their specific tribes and family members, and
That's right.
of that stuff. For some reason, on some of these, it would just be like, oh, you're, you're like 10% African, you're
Right.
1/8 Peruvian, you're like
That's all. Yeah, I
15%
just think that's all
Cambodian.
I heard. So this is like, yeah. Now I saw the one. All right, so I did take notes here. Like, oh, tonic, or they called him Rich Dollars Tonico or something. Taniko, Taniko, which meant he was a caretaker. Yeah. And what did they say? Where is he from? I took notes and everything here.
I
I said
remember
earlier.
him and Paris being from Cameroon. I believe from the Bakali tribe. I'm probably saying that wrong. I probably should have taken notes, but it took so much to get me to just watch the episode. So next time I'll be a little bit more prepared. But the way that the show is formulated is that the cast members send in their DNA kits, swab their mouth, send it in, and then they go and they meet people who give them their African name that like represents their people and their tribe. So each person got a name, and then they were told like what country they were from, what tribe they were from, what that tribe was known for, what their assets were, this, that, and the
That's
third.
right. That's right. And they had the feather with their with Tokyo or Paris. She wore the feathers, and then Remy dressed up in her with that dress, the white dress, and they had the dance at the end, and they were just she really looked like an African queen. Did you see the
Hmm.
end of the thing with Remy? And
Yes, all of the pictures at the
love
end, they were beautiful.
I was like,
Hmm.
wow, I love that dress. But she just wore it. Like she just wore. She looked like she could literally walk right in and then and just
It was
like
giving
literally.
very like it was giving very
You make it dress.
official teas, like
Yeah,
it
like
looked like specifically ceremonial. But
yes.
she said that it was
I think you froze. Oh wow, God. Oh, that's okay. Let's see. I know. I wrote them all down. I don't know what happened. Maybe Georgia. I think she might have to go out and come back in. Did you guys watch it? Coffee Buzz, did you watch it? All right, we'll drop her back down and call in. Gab, did you want to call in? I'll wait for Georgia to come back up. Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked watching it. It was very informative. It was interesting. And plus I missed those guys. I'm glad that it's coming back. I thought it was funny when Rich is like, yeah, I know they're from Connecticut. He's like, that's about all I know. But yeah, Cameroon. That's right. I was saying it wrong earlier, but George is not calling back in yet. Gab, I'm going to send you the link real quick. Let's see if I can figure it out. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Literally, Adam's. I love you. I love you too. Adam's thing threw me off earlier, so I'm like a little. Was that a yes, Gab? Hold on, I'm trying to send you the link right now. I just figured out. I just literally figured out that I could do it from here. You're on my Instagram, right? Yeah. When I just did that, you guys could still see me, right? I feel like I'm so blind. I'm sending you the link right now, Gab. Let me know if you got it. It looks like you did. I sent it to Insta, by the way. Actually, I forgot to tell you that. I think you should have got it. Did you? All right, I sent it to you in Insta. Hi, Trish. I know. I'm going to go. Yeah, I want to know who's coming to New York. Who's coming to the New York show? Because I don't fly, or I would literally, like, I think Sarah said we should get a van. And she said, well, not all of us, but get a van and just follow them like the dead. Wouldn't that be fun? Gabby there? I see you. I don't know if I hear you though. I think it's going to be fun. Like, I am like so super excited for it. Like, it really, that was the last thing I expected. I knew it was going to be a tour of some sorts, but I didn't think it was going to be as informative. Not informative. I keep saying that word. It's going to be as much as like the after show and seeing them and hanging out. It's going to be cool. Yeah. Flying, like, I'm not going to go into 9/11, but like, after that freaked me out even more. Like I was afraid to fly and crash as it is. I don't even like to drive places. I don't even like to leave New Jersey. Okay. I literally, when I tell you this is a bubble, it really is. We're nothing like New York. We're like 2 hours. We're like 2 trends behind in season. We don't like change. We still wear lip liner. We still wear like heavy eyeliner. All right, Gab. I see you, but I don't know why it's not letting you in. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I'm gonna add you.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hi. Hello. I'm sorry because it's night here and I'm just I don't love to see my image in.
And you're here with me, and it's nighttime.
Yes. No, it's just the beginning of the night in Paris. It's.
Well, you can tell me it's 3 a.m, and I'll never know, and I'll feel even more special. But that's okay.
Yes, yeah. It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. What time is it here?
Yes, I just see the beginning of the Lineage for Love and Hip Hop because in Europe, I need VPN and sometimes it's cutting because I don't have, the channel exactly. Hi, Georgia.
Hey.
I see about Nouvelle Africa because I'm gone in Africa so much. Okay, and I know when they're speaking about tribe, you have different tribe because of the language. You have in Cameroon, you have the Bamileke and the Beti, and you have different parts in Cameroon because I was already gone in Cameroon, and you have. I think I see in different documentaries most people that come from slavery, it's Cameroon, sometimes Senegal and Mali because of internal war, and sometimes you have all this ADN lineage in US. I don't know if it's all, but the majority. And when Georgia speak of the tribe, I think it's Bamileke. And Bamileke, it is in the Cameroon, the big part of in Cameroon. The last I know, but now I don't know. But the last I know, it's why the most part you have the Bamileke and the Beti. And in Africa, you have the Pearl, you have the Sonike.
What is it? The what? What was the first one?
Pearl.
Okay.
Pearl is it's language and from tribe. You can have different country, but the tribe it's all in the Africa. You have different tribe: Pearl, Bamileke, Beti, and Soninke, and Bambara, and every tribe has their languages. For the part I know, I don't know all the Africa, but you have this tribe, but you have so much tribe in Africa. I think almost 100 tribe with 100 different languages. In one country, you can to have 20 different languages and 20 different tribes.
Oh, okay.
In Africa, it's very like that, and it's very funny because with the colonization. I always have an African friend. It's from Senegal. He was a musician. He go all in Africa. He says me it's a French permit to people to speak for the French colonization and English for the English colonization because all these tribes have all different languages. I hope we understand me about that, but it's the idea. It's the colonization make the one good thing people can speak together. And I see when you see Cameroon, I think it's Bamileke tribe you see it in Georgia. Yes.
In Georgia. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes,
you can
it's Bamileke.
okay.
I think their lineage maybe come that because in Africa you have so much different type physically and of skin, and some in some part of Africa you have some people they have blue eyes or very light skin, and in North Africa you have people with, like in my family, red hair and green eyes. One of my cousin is black, like a African guy, like Senegalese, and you can have all this mixed. And I think you find that in the show. You find the roots of that in the DNA.
Now, you watched it, right? You watched the whole show?
No, I watch part because with in Europe I had no VPN and it cut me sometimes because it's by the US, and sometimes it's cutting in the middle, and I have the 10 minutes of the beginning with all the research, and after it's cutting, and I came to go after that by my VPN. It's very complicated sometimes to me to see every show.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, the time. I was like, did she even say if she watched it or not? Because I'm like, you were when you saw you in the chat. I was like, oh, you want to call in? Because I was like, oh, she knows a lot more than I do. But and I forgot to ask you if you watched the whole show or not. But did I just get that?
Trish, please DM me to clarify that comment because
I was going to say, do we put back on? I couldn't
no,
keep this. You good?
Yeah, because I read the comment in the stream and I was like, wait, DM me on Twitter. It's the same thing. To clarify that, because I was like, wait, did you get me tickets, or are you just saying that you got tickets to the show? I'm confused. But yeah, just DM me so we can talk about that because I am trying to get to the show in Nashville, so I am planning on going.
Did I ask you if you would come to New York or no? Did you say?
I think they said if they sell out the cities that they already have, then they'll extend the tour, so they'll probably end up in New York at some point.
No, I want you to come to New York. I want you to come to New York.
Oh, I would love that.
I see the extent for Nashville because I try to see for New York because I try to see with airplane everything with COVID. You know, it's a mess to travel. And I say
what?
Sorry, I'm reading the comments as they're going. Y'all go ahead. Don't
okay.
Don't mind me. I'm sorry.
What's going on?
Trish, congratulations for your. I see you have your. She got to in the yes.
Did she upgrade?
She upgrade. No.
No, she didn't upgrade yet.
I know.
No, she's hoping to. She has an extra ticket, so I'm hoping I can go with her. Yay!
Oh, there you go.
Yay! Yes.
I'm so glad, like, a lot of us would be at these different shows because, like, I would literally know nobody. You know what I mean? Except, it would be like so strange just showing up and like, hi guys.
That's so my aesthetic, though. Like, I'm literally always like the one person. I'm always the one person in the room full of 99 people. I'm always the one person. I'm always that girl. So
I'm the weirdest.
I would totally be the one sitting front row, so I won't have to look at anybody. Just sitting front row, perched.
I gotta be there first so I can see everybody. I gotta be there first so I can see who else comes in after me. Like, I can't show up to a bunch of people. Like, I can't be last to show up because it's like, yeah. That's why I was like, a couple people were gonna. I'm like, thank God, even though we don't know what each other looks like really, but because then I'd be like the weirdo hanging out with them. That's like the clinger friend. You know what I mean? Like, take me with you.
See, now I have to show up first because if I show up late and then don't speak to anybody, then I'm an asshole.
Well, that's what I feel.
Though if I show up first and don't speak, well, I was already there. So, you know.
Like, we can control the room, I think. I feel like I control the room. Not control the room, but I know what's going on after. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always have to. I don't know. It's weird.
No, I get what you mean.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so I'm like literally my brain's all over the place. I was thinking about this. Yeah. But I had a whole thing written down. I was going to read the whole thing. As soon as I looked at it, it all went to mush. I was like, never mind.
It happens like that. That's why I never took notes for lives because, like, the actual conversation that ensues can go any which way, and then you'll be so focused on like trying to pull it back on track that like you forget what you're even talking about, and it's just like, girl, we'll figure it out. But what I did want to say about the show was that I'm glad that they're doing this because. If y'all want to like a detailed explanation of all of this, go and watch the interview with Mona Scott Young and the creator of AfricanAncestry.com. You can probably just look up Mona Scott Young interview on YouTube and find it. Or after this, I'll find the video and share it in my community tab, and then y'all can just watch it from there.
The interview lady, or she the one that created Love and Hip Hop, or is she the one that does the interviews, or both?
The lady who created AfricanAncestry.com did an interview with Mona Scott Young, who created Love and Hip Hop. Right. So they explain how all of this came together, how Mona got involved, how it became a show, all of that. And then they go into more details specifically about the cast members on the actual show. So then you get to see the fruit of all of this happen. But I'm really excited because I thought that they were gonna like each like get a dish from where they were from, but it's like just like traditional African food, which is still great for me. So that I'm excited about. I wondered if they got to keep the um all of the stuff that they got, like the hats and the
They
mask and
did.
all of that. They got to keep all of that. Okay,
They,
good. Because I
yep.
was hoping that that wasn't just for the photo shoot.
Mm.
But I think Rich said something about that hat is gonna go down to his kids and be
Yeah, I was like,
like that.
oh,
So that was really
he's
touching.
growing up. Our Richie's growing up.
Right, please, finally.
It's about damn
But
time.
thank God, about damn time. But thank
I was
God.
like, Rich, you're 55. You're 10 years older than me. Grow up,
I
bro.
would have not guessed he was 55. He looks good for his age,
I might be
but
lying.
he
I
does
might be
look grown
lying.
as hell though.
But
Yo, I'm telling you, I was looking at him. I'm like, looking at him. I'm like, I think I am younger than you now. But like, oh my God, I was also looking to, it's been 15, you're the one told me 15 years with Mariah Lynn. He goes, I've been in polygamy. You hear him? He's like, I've been doing polygamy for the last 45. I didn't, and then they went back to who he was with. I didn't realize he was married to 2 people at once. I'm like, man, you are a creep squad.
I
But,
have no clue what he has going on. I have no clue. I've stopped keeping up because it just seems like a barrage of mess. And I'm just like, I just can't. Whew, child, I got a Whitney Rose, my aura, child.
uh,
I
I
can't
when
deal,
you see
girl. I can't.
I know.
when you see
I
you
was,
are too
I
much
was,
thing, don't go when you see it's so strange, don't go. Sometimes I see some story about some people in real TV in US. I say, okay, it's too dark for me. I don't go there. I don't go there, I'm afraid. But I see some story now from the it's what she called Julia Fox,
the one you,
always can
the
you
one
the
you sent
new
me from this morning.
yes, the new girl. I
Forget.
heard the podcast, and oh my god, I see them. I see Kanye and his girlfriend in Paris because of Fashion Week. I see
Oh, they
them.
were.
Yes, because I was in street and you see
We need to go visit
whole.
her.
Yes, because when you are Paris, when you are Fashion Week, and I see Kanye, she's not very little. She's almost the same size of him, I think. Or she has very big heels, but they have a look. It's insane. But the same day it was so cold. I don't know what they can to do to have this outfit, but she has so. I say, oh my god, people with fashion and cold. you- People are never
I
cold in New York. You are
I
never
thought that
cold
was
with
Julia Fox. I
Julia
really
Fox,
thought
but
that was still Julia Fox. I'm
Julia
still
Fox, but
behind.
you know what she said? I always go out with billionaire.
Who was the other billionaire she was with? I'm confused.
She said she always have love story with billionaire. She don't she not
Is Drake a
she's not
billionaire? I mean, is he?
yes, she
I
say I
Oh,
wanted
love
to
okay.
give
story
her
with
an
billionaire.
Amala Clooney vibe, but then she killed it with the whole billionaire comment because I was like, Miss Amala Clooney would never say anything like that.
You
Like, she would
you
never
won't
make herself sound so cheap.
guys you
Like,
want
that.
guys I have the best. She do BDSM.
A
Oh, I
video?
love that.
She do
She,
BDSM with guy to earn
oh,
her money.
really?
Allegedly, she is what I see, and she has a hard
Can I watch?
performance with her blood when she faked her death because she has a breakup with a guy before
Oh,
in
Send me the link
gallery.
because I'm
yeah,
In
into
right.
BDSM, but I'm just
You
not
too.
into blood play.
We
Like,
were
I'm into
definitely
the
meant to
shit,
be best
but
friends. Did we just become best friends? No.
yep.
We just became best
I
friends.
don't know,
Oh,
but
I would love
I hear the podcast. Sometimes I say, okay, I don't want. I stop it. Oh, but 5 minutes I stop it because I don't know what
Scared?
she is exactly. Who she is, what she is. I don't understand. Sometimes you see people and you say, no, I don't understand. I don't understand. And Julia Fox, it give me that she's not like Kim. She's not a doppelganger. She's something strange. She date billionaire. She do BDSM to earn her
Did she
money.
date? Did she date? God darn it, he's freakier than me. The only person on earth is probably freakier than me.
Ron Jeremy.
No, Ron, no, Army
No.
Hammer. Army Hammer. Was that? I
Yes,
wasn't Army Hammer.
you
It
you
was.
I you know page 6 make an article about Arnie Hammer as
Yeah.
the new film because in the movie you have Arnie Hammer. They make a image. Arnie Hammer it's a cannibal
Hmm.
allegedly. I don't say cannibal. You are two members of the cast. They are against vax allegedly. And about Gal Gadot, they said she's tone deaf, but I don't know about why. Maybe some
Mhm.
political things. I don't know. Maybe that because she had her, opinion, and they say it's a nightmare for all publicists in the world about this movie. to make the promotion. I say, oh my god, when can you make a promotion with Arnie Hammer like it's a lover in the nail of the disc?
Can we what? Think of what?
In this new movie, it's a Nile of the disc of comment il s'appelle? Ah, the detective Hercule Poirot.
I have to check that out.
Yes,
Yeah,
he make a movie with Gal Gadot, and they say it's a nightmare for all the VPR
Really?
or publicity because they don't know when promote the movie and how promote the movie with Arnie Hammer because it's
Okay,
a
I
big
have to
movie.
see this.
I think I don't know if things die. I mean, whatever his situation was when they're trying to paint him out to be more of them, like more of like a murderer type person or whatever. I think that went away. So I don't know what they're. I don't really know the general consensus of it is in Hollywood as far as his stuff
They tried to turn him into
goes.
Phil Spector.
Basically,
I don't know because it's strange. He don't have any lawsuit.
No, it's just his ex. I mean, you know, it's just
ex, but it is in the middle of divorce.
Yeah, he is.
You have some women say allegedly she tried to make things. You have leaked of Instagram of its private Instagram.
Yeah.
It's very foggy.
It is. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to say anything about it because I understand how people get swept up in that when you're married and somebody you try things, you want to do things with other people. So I mean,
I don't say she lied or.
But I mean, it can get to where you're at the point where you don't want to do it anymore and you don't know how to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like you're married to the person at that point, huh?
Ashley Darby.
Oh
yeah.
She literally said it on camera. Like she was like, I don't like what if I'm telling you that I don't. Well, she was more so speaking to like having threesomes and bringing people into the marriage and doing certain things like that, like them having their marital fun. But then when she sat down with him after the whole pictures came out about him being in the hotel room and just allegedly falling asleep next to a girl.
He falling asleep.
And his underwear.
Yeah, she was basically like, yeah, no, dude, I like
make me look stupid, motherfucker.
Like, we're not doing the fun times anymore. And then
they got sloppy.
To me, I didn't even understand why she brought that up because it's not like you were there.
Right.
Like he was off doing the same fun times without you. So I don't understand how that even plays into context.
But
like
they had an agreement as long as you don't make her look dumb, and he made her look dumb a lot because he kept getting drunk and being sloppy about his extramarital stuff. So then when
I wonder what the details of that agreement was because it makes me think
like
was the agreement that he can go off and do things outside of the marriage, or was it as long as it's within us, then we can consider doing this, that, and the third. And then once she had the baby, she didn't want to do it no more. So then he went off and just did it by himself.
It's open relationship or not? Because I don't understand. It's okay.
She looks amazing, Mitch. Didn't she have like the best mom body, like the best mom glow ever? That mom looks great on her. I said, girl, she just looks like a woman. Like she looked like a woman before, but she really she's glowing.
I prefer her now.
I'm going through something. I don't know, man. Everybody's hot to me today.
Oh my gosh! But
I was like, mom looks great on her. Go ahead, have another one. Have 3, girl. Go ahead.
Oh, maybe. But she has an open relationship, or it's just what?
I don't think anymore. I think she doesn't want to do that anymore. And I think that if he wants to, he's got to be very careful because I think she also has a money. I think also in their agreement, it was that she wanted to have kids. She wanted to be financially secure, have kids. He wanted to have her in his arm. And then I think maybe they got into like a maybe law. I don't know if they fell in love, but I guess maybe they got comfortable and they decided, let's try to have a real marriage as much as, and then they had the babies. And I think maybe she's just like, dude, stop making me look dumb. Like, come on. We can do this financial thing. We can do this fake marriage thing. Because did you ever see them trying to have sex, how awkward it looks? It's so uncomfortable.
It's painful.
It's painful.
Cringy. It's painful. It's uncomfortable.
You don't even look like you want to touch
it. It's unnecessary.
Everybody
Everybody in the room looks uncomfortable. The only thing that I think about when I see Ashley Darby and Michael Darby in the same room together is I know every cameraman in that room is so uncomfortable.
I know.
Every cameraman in that room is like just.
How about when Karen and Ray? How about when Ray was in the bathtub? Ray.
Oh my
Ray!
Dude,
that was gold though, because Ray was like, "Who the hell spilled all these rose petals around my house?
Trying
to come clean my stuff up." And she in the bathtub like, "Ray!"
Oh my god!
He's like,
and he up there like, "Who is gonna come clean this up? Where's the vacuum cleaner? Ray! went
Oh
on?
my gosh.
It was like,
This is
But
I
the
love
most
you. Oh,
unsexy
oh,
moment.
oh my gosh. Do
and
you
you
think that?
know they used to get it down back in the day. You know they probably
And
did it.
now they're just the funny old couple that talks about how they used to get down back in the day.
Don't
Oh
you
my
love me,
god.
right? But she looks
Oh,
really
she's
good. I mean, she looks
diabolical.
like she's in her 40s. I'm telling you,
She's
these
aging
housewives.
backwards.
Jennifer, what did you do? Because Kyle looks great with her new news. I mean, I'm telling you, they
She
all. I'm
went
like,
and got plastic surgery off
in
Instagram in Turkey. Like, that's what it
their
is. Like,
No, don't go in Turkey. You see her nose.
I'm
mm-mm.
not blaming Turkey. I'm blaming her not doing her own investigative research because I've seen people get plastic surgery in all types of places and come back good
Okay.
and come back bad. So I've seen people come back from doggone Turkey and look like Bella Hadid, and then I've seen people come back from Turkey and look like Ron Jeremy.
But
Or they look like Stacy and Darcy.
but
I
That
mean,
I'm sorry. In Turkey, they speak most French or Arabic, not English. It's not the first languages. Okay. She goes in Turkey to make her nose. She.
mhm.
I see the recent interview she had. She had a different nose. She make another nose job now
they should
between.
her chin too.
Yeah,
Yes,
she got a chin implant too.
because when I see the two last episodes, she has nose. When I see her recent interview, she doesn't have the same nose. I say,
Maybe it healed better. I don't know. I'll probably see
She
her.
either got it
oh,
healed or
you
she
think?
might have added filler to like actually build a bridge back up because now her nose looks like a boomerang.
It looks
Like
like
it
I was like,
looks
that's her
like
new.
It's like in
Yeah,
trumpet,
she
like a
got a
trumpet,
Jewish nose put on. It looks like she. It looks like she got rid of. Like it looks like her nose she was probably born with, or
it looks
whatever,
like her
and
bridge collapsed
like
right
down.
here and it just dropped and now it's just flat right here.
I
So
mean, she's
she
You
still
so if her nose
pretty,
does look different now, she may have gotten filler. But she was saying that that's the reason why her face looks so weird in the first two
right?
episodes was because the bottom half of her face was still numb from her chin implant and she couldn't really move it. Mind you, now she hates the chin implant. So it's
I
like,
but
know.
why do you make these harebrained decisions, these
Mm-hmm.
hairline decisions to just run off
Mm-hmm.
and get plastic surgery? Like, girl, there was nothing wrong with your last
No,
nose. No
I was like, what's
but
shade.
but
wrong with
she
her nose?
has money. She has her husband is surgeon. What she did go in Turkey because when you make a a surgeon in your face, you have edema. It's very inflamed. You must to take some medicine to have a more thin skin because you have the blood, you have the anesthesia, you have the water. What
Mhm.
she did go in Turkey to make those two operations, to take a flight with all the pressure in the flight, and you have blood in your chin.
And you're so
It's like
far away from home.
a
Gravity
balloon.
probably wore her nose out.
I would not be able to get on a plane. It's that's. I mean,
And
Christ,
you know
it's
what? She drink
painful.
alcohol, and when you drink alcohol after 2 months in surgery, it's not good for inflammation of your chin. What she did do that?
I
I,
know. And like, what do you
this is
guys
what I
think
mean
about?
by these hairline decisions of just going and get your nose done on a
Well,
Wednesday just
I
because you
didn't know
happen to
that
be
your nose
passing
never
through
stops
Turkey.
growing. Your ears and your nose never stop growing. And that's why when you get a smaller nose, that's why Kyle looks so great and young. Like
I
I need a
But
new
forgot that
nose.
it was.
I don't
I need a
know
new
who
nose. Okay,
I don't
a new
know
nose.
who
I
is
want
the
Kyle's nose, and I
surgeon
want the.
of Kyle, but it's very good. It's very good her surgeon.
It's
I
Uh,
amazing.
like my nose personally just because,
I
like,
do like your
as a
nose.
black person, we're always worried about our nose looking too wide or looking too big or whatever.
oh
Or,
my god.
having the Joe Jackson nose. I don't really care about that. I'm more of a Beyonce girl.
You look like
I,
you look more like Beyonce.
like, I love a man with like traditional African features, so I
Yeah,
don't mind big nose, big lips. Don't care, give it all. Everything's bigger and well, that ain't y'all business.
I was
Anyway,
gonna say bigger
that ain't y'all
everything.
business. That ain't y'all business.
Because when
But
you touch in your nose in bad way, you finish. I'm sorry, Jennifer. She's beautiful before that. I don't know what she do that. I don't know.
if I were to ever get my nose done, not that I would, not that I want to, but if I
Right.
ever didn't like my nose and wanted to
Mm-hmm.
get it done, I would hunt Ashley Simpson's plastic surgeon
Yeah,
Oh
down
yes.
like a
Oh
bounty
yes. Me
hunter.
too.
you did good job. Good job.
Ashley Simpson, like
Perfect.
the best nose job I've ever seen.
I have to
Because
Like
Google
she
it.
just
Better than
it
Kyle?
changed it changed her whole face, but it just made her so much more beautiful.
Like
Like she looks the same, but
yes.
she
like Kylie
looks
Jennered her, like how Kylie got lips and all of a sudden she was like an adult.
No,
but better.
sorry, but
Like
when we
go back
no
and
no
look at Ashley Simpson when her first
Ashley
album
Simpson,
came
I'm
out
I'm
and then go
agree.
look at her new nose.
Yes,
It
yes.
is just Her
because
whole
it
face just went like this for some reason. I don't know what
Yeah, I mean, like
happened.
that's
you
what
know
that
what,
picture.
because it's a facialist also. He thinks about her face, just a nose, because people and I am in the way to make a nose job, not to be beautiful, but because I'm not like a potatoes. I love to like to potatoes to me, because
Right.
I like la potatoes, but I have deviation in the septum, in middle of the nose, and my
Hmm.
breath is very difficult, and I see surgeon and he say I can change your nose, like in magazine book, I can change your nose with your face, with your natural beauty. And you see when you have got surgeon with that, because it tell you, African skin or African skin are much, uh, uh, tough, like a thin skin, like a white skin. I
Mhm.
have white skin, but I'm from Africa. I have tough skin. And you are white, like US or Europe, you have thin skin. And it's why in the Black American people and African people almost, the surgery and the cicatrization is very difficult. And while I see, Ashley Simpson, she had her nose is in harmony with her face. When
Hmm.
you see Jennifer, it's not like that. She came
I
with a
know.
photo.
It looks like she's wearing a prosthetic nose.
I
Yes,
was
Like it
gonna,
looks like
yeah,
she raided Bette Midler's closet and just stole
yeah,
one of her noses.
and
Like, but the
Bill's like,
difference
you're the
between
worst one.
Kyle and Ashley Simpson for me is I didn't even like Kyle could have never said she got her
Right.
nose done and I would have never known the difference.
I probably
yes,
would have just
oh
thought she got
yes.
Botox because she looks so much younger. I just would have thought it was Botox.
But
I had no
That's
idea
fair.
nose could do such a difference.
she
Did she
does
look?
she do
Oh,
the
sorry. Go ahead,
lifting,
bro.
She make a lifting or not? She make a
Mhm.
a facelift or not?
Well, I mean, she
Like,
said I got a smaller nose, and I was like,
She
oh,
got a smaller nose, and I think she probably
you
does
gotta get
Botox
sensitive.
and stuff like
Now,
that, just the
see,
not
regular injectables.
I
not
haven't
But
had it done in a
Ashley
year.
Simpson's nose changed her face. Like it changed her
oh
Oh
face in
yeah.
such a good way.
oh
I
yeah.
literally last year I had all this done. I had Botox and fillers, like my entire face, right?
You
I
had 6 vials of filler put in your face before the reunion.
No,
no,
no.
Botox, no. I have no fillers, but
You have
filler
six
over here.
bottle. No,
But
you have
look,
6 bottle.
it's been
No.
over a year, and I was doing that December, and look how much it came back. It came back 10 times worse. This, like, I
Oh,
guess I'll just
smile
say,
lines.
and I have gels. I have smile lines worse than I ever had. I probably did need to start getting it done. And then as soon as I did, and I have all wrinkles they're all back under my eyes again. Never
I
had it
always
before.
wonder, like, if fillers stretch, like stretch your skin, and then you dissolve them and don't keep them up. Does it leave like
Yes.
a loose skin type of
Yes.
vibe?
Yes. And they told me that wasn't going to happen. And that's I said, you gave me gels. You gave me gels. They're like, no, we didn't.
Well, they warned you. They were like, "Look, if you ain't gonna come back, you may not." Well, I would have
Yes,
told you.
because fillers
They lied.
is because fillers they came to
They lied. They said
increase your
it'll last
aging.
2 years and you'll never have to do it again. No, they did also, it was called they also did it's a needle that goes, the heck is it?
Laser.
Micro needling.
Huh?
Micro needling with a
It was, it hurt. And it was supposed to make it last like 2
yes,
more
I
years
know.
longer where I wouldn't have to keep getting it done. And it literally came back 10 times worse. I'll have to
Yes.
show you my before and afters and how bruised I was. Whole. When you say, you're gonna be like, girl, why'd you even get it done? I literally fucked myself.
I'm
No.
literally like the older I get, the
You look
more. Well, for me, I think it's the hormones. For me personally, because I am
okay.
transitioning, so I'm on hormone replacement therapy. So over the past year,
Mhm.
I've liked my face more than I've ever liked it before.
Mhm.
Like
It's soft. It's very
it's
soft.
subtle. Well, thank you.
It is.
It's very subtle changes, but like now, like I just like my face. Like I don't think that I would ever get anything done, but if I had the option
You're
to
only
get
30.
something done, the only thing, but it's not even like age preventative. It's more so just for like the look of my face. The only thing that I would ever get done is probably like a lip lift, a small lip lift, because the space between here
Yeah.
and here, the more the bigger that space is, the more masculine you're considered to look. So a lip lift would make me look more feminine. But I also choose androgyny like people choose
Yeah.
violence. So it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of
I
things. So
think
I probably wouldn't get it
you
done
don't
anyway.
need it because your face is very, you said androgen. You can to have some little bit of concealers
Hmm.
with makeup you can to change everything in your face in one or two touch. But I think it's very interesting for skin. It's I had a lead mask in France, but you have Denis Ghost, but expensive. But I have one very less expensive. It's called for current body. It's a lead mask, and with this lead, you can to have a better skin with the light. You have red and yellow and blue. Red and blue. Blue is for the acne, and red is for the
Oh, the
anti-aging.
color.
And yes, and when you make your mask in your face, 15 minutes, and after in 1 month you see different in the the texture and the color of your skin.
Very nice.
Yes, it's calling a lead mask. You have in Amazon, but I know in US the best is Dr. Denis Gross.
I want to know what Jason's using right now. Does anybody know what Jason's using right now? He won't
I
tell
have
us.
no clue, but I'm sure that Adam will tell you. Trisha, yes, I do remember, and yes, I'll be your date. By the way,
Oh,
but yeah, Jennifer
but that's
Grey,
it.
the
It's
girl
only
from
one
Dirty
date. Don't
Dancing,
baby.
Oh, Jennifer Grey is so
she
sad. Yeah.
Yeah,
ruined her
different.
career when she got a nose job. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, she wasn't
that's
her
where it goes
bitch. Yeah.
wrong. Because Ashley Simpson, she got a nose job, and everybody was like, "Girl, just admit it. You look incredible. Like,
yes,
what did you do?" With Jennifer Grey, it was like, "Who is that?"
but
Didn't even know who she was. I was like, where did
She never
where
worked
did she
again.
go?
Well,
Where
she
did
I
never
ain't gonna
Frances
say
worked
never
go?
after
worked
that.
again, but she was never as
Frances
popular
Houseman.
after that. It
No,
was
she was
crazy.
Frances
Like, I
Houseman
feel
forever. Baby in the corner, man. She put
Because
like
herself
you
right back
remember when who was the girl? I think it was the show Felicity, maybe the
there.
yes, when she
star
cut
of the
her
show
hair,
cut her hair in
and
season 2, and they canceled the show.
you know what? It's almost the show I see because I see all the a little reportage about that. I see all maybe the Felicity can finish because you know what? Because the long hair for the men, they remind the fantasy of the
Sexier.
little girl.
Yeah.
The little, the little woman, very sweet. Very something very strange and creepy for me. But that, and they say once she cut that,
That is
she will be so much woman. It's cut everything, but when she had her long hair, she was more, innocent.
Yeah.
Like
so crazy.
imagine
Cause
if Britney Spears cut her hair like Felicity. Exactly.
listen, Brittany was used to have, but like
She was
Brittany has
going.
a
She was.
history of having bad
I know
extensions,
I
so
know.
But yeah, I
it's,
noticed that.
she has a really bad history with extensions.
When my
Like,
Yeah,
hair's shorter,
so
I look like Britney's extensions when they because I
we don't
it's
speak,
got the
guys.
Britney going on.
If we go about the extension, we need to speak of Erica Jane extension, please,
Who?
because
Hmm?
Erica Jane extension, the
Oh God, pretty mess. Listen, the only thing I like about
Oh,
Erica Jane is the fact that she
I,
branded that pretty mess thing.
that friggin' website. That
She stuck
website.
to that pretty mess thing.
I
yes,
Like,
promise you, was done for free.
I
That is
send
a
you the
Canva app.
website. I send you
I
the website in
promise you.
Instagram.
Her
I send you.
website.
I see the website. I
It's
send to
horrible.
it.
It's horrible.
She had a website in your when you go to the Erica Jane Instagram. She had a website. Yes, she had a website, and you see the website, and you see the hair. Where the hair come from? I'm sorry, where the hair?
Well, listen. Now she took the background of the pictures out, so you can't Google
drop
search
the
the image
call-in
search.
link for Trisha.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna have to send it. How do I drop it? Oh wait, I think
Just
I put it in there. You put it in there.
yeah, just leave it in a comment.
maybe in
Okay.
a comment. Maybe in comment. But when you see the extension of Erica Jane, you say, okay, I will go to Target. I have better thing of Erica Jane.
Well, she's
It's just
screwing
so
us. Whoever buys
random.
it,
I thought Erica Jane was
700%.
wearing full lace wigs. Like, I thought she was wearing
She
full
had
wigs.
Wait, go to her website. The extensions look like the ones I just got. They are. They're both Remy Brazilian, and they come from the same source. Like,
Wasn't there some rumor out like she got her extensions are like wholesale extensions
they're the same
from
ones.
like AliExpress or something?
Yes,
Like,
they're the same ones we order.
No,
Yeah, Amazon has all different extensions, but they get them like they have different brands and different names.
AliExpress, you have different type of price.
I'm trying to figure out how to
You
figure
can
it
to have very expensive, or you can very cheap. Cheap, it's like Barbie hair in the doll. You
it's
see.
Amazon
I
that you need
guarantee
to
she's
watch
not
out
using
for.
those. She's not using those extensions. She's lying. She's not
She
using them.
she has wig. Huh? She has.
I promise you, I thought she was wearing full lace wigs
Yes.
this whole time. I thought
You
she was
did?
wearing
Oh,
full
you really thought she
360.
was?
I thought she was wearing 360-degree lace, full
Yes.
human hair wigs.
I'm trying
Sorry,
to
I'm
figure
drooling
Yes.
over human hair wigs.
No, no, no.
I
Oh,
know. I was.
Sorry.
no.
I
You know
asked her about. I asked him. I was like, I don't know.
when
I was like, you lost me 5 minutes ago, but go ahead.
she
No
when
one's
she
asking about
have
my
the
yeah.
pink wig, it's a human hair. The
Mhm.
pink wig, it's human hair. You see.
I'm sure she's never seen a synthetic wig.
I guarantee you, she's not wearing those.
No,
Which she's selling. She's
do you
not.
think she knows what is
But
She probably
synthetic?
didn't
whatever.
see synthetic
But
wigs until
can
she
you
started doing
upsell? But are you
Chicago.
allowed to upsell? Are you allowed to upsell 500% because of your name? Is that normal? For her to sell the same extensions that I pay $129 for 500 because if they're from her?
I just want
No,
to know.
honestly, I'm asking. Like, is that our thing? Like, would people really do that?
Nini Leaks, didn't she have a business of extension too? I don't remember if Nini or someone else in Atlanta.
I'm sorry.
It depends because I'm not really sure how the whole like hair business
It's
works, but
not
I do
Marlo.
know that
She
there are.
had. I don't know. I remember we have story about hair extension. It's not Marlo. She had hair extension business.
Well, I do know
Richard did.
that people on Instagram are basically selling contact vendors where like you can basically like pay them a certain amount of money. They'll give you the vendor
Yes.
information and
That's
you can
what
start
it is.
to like sell your own bundles. Who knows how quality the hair is? I don't really know
Yes.
how that works. I've never looked into it because I've never wanted to start a hairline.
I just want to
Not
know
my
if she's allowed
stilo.
to charge. I mean, can she real? I mean, I guess she can charge that much more because she's still
Well, I
charging
mean,
it.
she can because like she can personally, but if you can prove that the
mean,
product is not as good as
it's true.
like
I think they
in
did
terms of
kind of prove
price, then I
it.
think there can be some sort of issue with that.
Just the tapes, nothing's different about the tape. Nothing's different about the clips. I promise. I'm trying to find Trish. I'm trying to figure
At
this out.
this price, you can take
so
a
retarded,
wig.
Trish.
It's very a wig. You
I
have
never. I didn't think she was wearing wigs.
because I remember the wig of Beyonce. She had it's $500,000. It's less expensive than the extension of Erika Jane. The brand of wig of Beyonce, I think she had maybe in concert. They are not. I don't know, but it's very standard. It's very pricey for extension. I don't understand.
I mean,
I haven't even bothered to look into it. I've just heard that she has a hairline. Like I haven't looked into it or done anything like that. Karen Huger's wigs are very expensive too, but I think it's because hers are like human hair. Like mind you, they're also full wigs. They're also full wigs. I'm sure they're human hair. They're 360-degree. Well, I don't know if they're 360-degree lace or not, but
it's
always these celebrity products that are so inflated on price. I don't understand it.
Ah, yes, I see, but
I can't send it unless I go to send it through Instagram. Trish, do you have Instagram? I can't post it and it's like not letting me. I'm like dragging it down. It's not sticking. So, but I can send it to.
And do you see if it's really? I think I see that in 1 hour. The cease and desist. It's about Kat Hilton and Lisa Rina. It's not Eric Angel and Lisa Rina.
It's not. It's not.
The cease and desist about Lisa Rina. It's to Lisa Rina by to Kat
to Lisa. Okay.
To Lisa Rina or to Erika Jen to Lisa Rina because I'm sorry I was doing my thing in the day. I don't see. It's to Kat Hilton to Lisa Rina. Is that the cease and desist? It's who sent to who because I was lost now.
I think it's to Kathy, right? Or Kathy to Lisa.
Sent it to Lisa.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what we came up. I think that's what they said this morning, right? They figured it, or they knew.
I was not here. I was in.
I think for Lisa to shut her mouth. I remember thinking Lisa needs to shut her trap.
Because
so, yeah,
about what's happening in Aspen, it's about that.
There's not a clear answer to this question out, but some people, like yesterday, people thought that it might have been Erica sending it to Lorena because of the whole case and everything, and her probably flipping and now having questions and now questioning Erica. And then today, people are thinking that it's from Kathy Hilton to Rena because of whatever meltdown she had in Aspen, and now she doesn't want shown.
And
see, I don't think Kathy cares about that. I just don't.
And the first I heard is Erika to Garcelle because of what she said allegedly to Lonnie. To
I guess that too, but they were like
to Garcelle because Erika she doesn't like when Garcelle speak about her in the real.
Oh well, that's her job.
I
That's
just
her
don't
job.
understand how Lisa Rinna is posting as a victim, talking about, oh, so we're back to cease and desist. But then you're the one to
She's
sit
the
here and say that the husbands are off limits, and you almost cracked Kim in the head with a wine glass
Oh,
for
you
even mentioning your
remember?
husband,
told
for
you.
not for saying the word husband. She didn't even mention
Never
your
Yep.
speak
husband's
about
name.
the
She just said,
husband.
let's
Right.
not mention the husband. She could have
Yes.
No.
been talking about Eileen's husband for all we know, but we know she wasn't.
Oh no,
She
it
But
went.
was.
She went
But
fucking literally. It was like
remember,
that was it.
I see 2 days the Amsterdam nightmare dinner, and I remember Kim. She had a good lecture about Lizarina.
I
Do you
just,
think that
it's
she
the
see
double
in the
standard when
game
it
of
comes to Lisa
Lizarina
Rinna.
before everyone, and
Yeah,
Lisa's
she
the
been
biggest
called
now.
her ass. She
and
Trish, I'm
called her
sending
ass
you
the
an
moment she walked on the scene. She was like, "Oh, you don't want to talk about the husband. Let's not talk about what you don't want out. Let's not
right.
talk about it." And listen, Kim Richards called the fact that Lisa Rinna does not have a storyline 5 years ago.
yes,
Like she talked about
And
this her
I
first
didn't think
season.
it was like she's right. Oh my god. I was like, what was her
Kim
fucking
Richards called this season 5.
Kim
yes,
Richards? Oh boy. What do you
Kim
guys
Richards,
think about?
Because she was like, "You're so worried about my sobriety and what I'm doing, and
yes,
what everybody else is like." Kim
Mhm.
has been talking about this for years. Kim said, "All you worried about is me, my sobriety, what I got going on, who's doing what, da 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 da, and you ain't got nothing to say about your own life and your own self. That's why you don't want to talk about the husband." So now we want to know, what is Harry in Canada doing?
I want to know
oh,
too.
Now we want
I
to
don't.
know.
We can to speak about the rumor.
Yep.
I have the same rumor of maybe 10 years. I heard it, and I am in France
The same
about
guy.
Harry Hamlin
Trish, I
and
sent it
Kim.
to you on Instagram, by the way.
But I can't to say publicly because we can with all the story with lawsuit. I can to say that, but
I
there are this rumor. And I see all the story. LVP know about the rumor. She sent some people, everything like that, blah 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 blah. But this rumor is before the LVP story, and they have a story about a ménage à trois with someone. They go to dinner with this guy. It's very strange story around
I
the
sent it to you,
story
Trish.
about Lizarina and her husband. But I don't go there because Lizarina doesn't spill the tea. She came to speak at this moment in the reunion.
She doesn't have
Yes,
to.
I know there are all these rumors, but you know what? If you say that about my husband, it's not a shame. It's not for me. You know, she can to know deflect the situation. She can to return that, but she doesn't do. She always say, "I don't speak about the husband because maybe it was something else we don't know."
I can tell you exactly what it is. He's definitely it's Lisa. I think she's okay with his affair in Canada. I think she accepts it, and she just doesn't want. He also used to own a brothel too, and she didn't want a lot of people knowing about that too. How are you? What is going on here? Do you see
But
this going crazy? Can you
I
guys
don't
see it?
see
You guys backstage
Georgia
or no?
is freezing. And maybe Georgia is freezing.
Yeah. That's why I was like, all right, that one came down. Okay.
But we are told we also lawsuit now for the moment. I prefer don't say anything here because I want to be in danger like everyone, because when you say something like YouTuber or vlogger, you can have lawsuit. But yes, it's maybe 10 years all this rumor, but it's very strange all the story with Kim, and she really calls out at this moment. And when I remember that now, she sees is in the game of Lizarina. She knows Lizarina is not, oh, my sister is dying. No, she wants to have a story with the story of Kim. And Kim said no. And Kyle she runs. And maybe
I hope Kathy and Kyle don't let Kim back on this show. Not
They
that they have
can't.
any
They
control over her.
can't.
She's a grown ass woman.
They
But
can't.
I mean, we also thought that Britney Spears'
She
father
can't.
couldn't take over her life, and he filed for a conservatorship on her ass, and she was grown. So we'll see what happens. But
Kim is
like,
going to get on.
and
Kim's going to get on lives.
I
but
just
Kim,
hope that
She's not.
they
She
do
has
the
to stay
same thing.
lives.
I, honestly, if Kim is not in a healthy
I'm
position
worried
to
about
come back on reality
her.
TV, she's going to make the decision
Mhm.
to do whatever she wants to. But this is one of those cases where I feel like they should pull a Kardashian move. Like the way that they
I
got
agree.
Robin China snatched off the air, and then we got that one season of Life in Kylie for no reason, of 8 episodes of boring TV, so that we could fill
I
that
forgot
time
all about
slot for Robin China season 2 not happening. Remember, that's the only reason why we got Life of Kylie, was because they decided to do that so that they could fill the time for the commitment they already had for the second season of Robin China, because they were already either filming season 2 or getting ready to start
Right.
filming season 2, and they snatched it right off from under
Let's
her. And
go.
then next thing you know, we
Let's
got Life of Kylie. So
I'm
this is one
sorry,
of those
but Life of
situations where I
Kylie.
I was
hope.
like,
I prefer Black. I
I
prefer
forgot
Robin
all
China.
about it. And the only thing I remember,
Life of Kylie was very
huh?
boring. I see maybe 20 minutes of the first
I
episode,
forgot
and
about
I said no.
that.
But Robin China was China
Is that the one
very
where she went to a prom or something, or did she go to somebody's prom
Yeah,
or
she went
something?
to a prom
I don't
on
know.
one
I thought she went to
episode. We
somebody's
saw
prom
her
on it.
have
I
a
don't know.
fake
yes.
commitment ceremony with Jordan Woods on the
And
last
then
episode.
Jordan,
Yes.
Like, it was just a whole bunch of stupid content that we could have seen on her YouTube channel. It was not worth being on TV. Like, that whole show was like an 8-week
must have been
vlog,
prom.
basically. Like
I
that was an
all I remember
8-week
is the
vlog
promise
of that
about
thing.
it.
It
It
was
was
very
just,
boring.
I just remember
It was very boring show. It was
but
very boring.
I remember that one
bringing
thing.
this
It was like,
back to Love and Hip Hop really quick, who
Oh
else do
yes,
y'all
love.
yeah,
want to
yeah.
see from the franchises on the show? Like, who do
I
y'all
want to
want
see
to see come
Papoose.
on the show? Well, he'll be on next week, but like if they keep doing this, who would you want to see from different franchises come on? And do you think that they should also bring in Black ink
A1,
people too, since they have C's and Cat and
yes.
C's and people coming in
See,
to
I want
tattoo them?
Star.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Star's background. I would love to see Charmaine's background. I would love to see Charmaine on there. I would like to see A1
Charmaine, me
and
too.
his wife. I always forget her name, but A1 and his wife, because I
Lyrica.
love his features. Lyrica, yeah, because I love his features. But I love that franchise. I love that one. But what else? What else wanted to say?
I feel like at some point they're going to have to bring Ray J on here. He's like Mr. Love and Hip
Yeah.
Hop at this point. I'm sure they're going to
Oh
bring
yes,
Stevie
it's
on.
true.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that they're probably going to bring who else?
Princess.
Imagine if they brought Cardi B back. That'd be
Yes,
lovely.
I think Cardi B. Do you think
You think
she
she
want
would?
to make?
You think they would?
Maybe. Maybe.
I love her. I mean, they
Maybe.
clowned her a lot. I would bet. I'd be like, yo, bitch. I mean, I love her.
I don't think she's above it, but she might be too busy to do it. But
Yeah.
Oh, she's going. Cardi B. She's going to play in You. You know the series You. She have maybe a role in the series You. She asked it, and she has a role in series. A little cameo, I think.
Did Ray J and Princess have another baby? A third baby?
no, they're still trying to
No.
figure out if they're getting divorced or not.
I was
We don't know.
wondering. Yeah.
But I don't think they're together, but they're co-executive producing projects on Zeus, so they're making
okay.
money together, so it's all
Awesome.
good.
That's
And they still appear on reality shows randomly
You
together,
know what? They're good
not
business
knowing if
people.
they're together or not. It's weird.
It is weird. They're
But
like good business partners, I guess.
yeah,
I
they're
mean,
like
we
great
just-
business partners, but you never want to see them in the same room at the same time.
yeah, the night of their wedding, I was like, they're still gonna get married. I was like, that's just normal with that toxic fight that they just had. And they're getting married 10 minutes later. If me and my husband fought like that 10 minutes before his wedding, I would be traumatized, I think, because I wouldn't have married him if it was like that. You know what I mean? Like I was in a relationship like that before. So I was like, this isn't this. I love Ray J, but I didn't think it was gonna last. But then they had me fooled. I was like, all right, yeah. But
I
would love to see Zell Swag on there.
Yeah.
I feel like he has some interesting features that I would love to get a background for. I don't necessarily like him as a person, but I would love to see his background. As far as like his lineage and stuff like that. I think I would love to see Monice's background.
Yes.
I want to see.
I love Moniece.
They're bringing Mama D on, so I want to see that.
Oh, yes.
I want to see if they bring Chrissy and Jim Jones on at some
I
point.
couldn't remember their names earlier.
Dig Olivia up somewhere. Where's Olivia?
Where's
What's she
Olivia?
doing? What's her ancestry?
Where's April?
No one knows where she is, so bring her.
Where-
April is somewhere dating Tay Diggs now.
She's with Tay Diggs?
I don't know if they're dating, but they've been doing a lot of TikToks and stuff
What?
together recently.
Bitch, you
Oh,
dumb
if
ass.
you know what? If you make a TikTok, it's like
I would love that. I would love
It's
that.
basically like
your
you're like
relationship.
changing your relationship status on Facebook at this point.
Yeah, so you have
Really?
new status.
Stupid.
Yes,
No,
when you
But yeah, she's been
when
spending
you
a lot of time with Tay Diggs.
Good.
when you make
Good.
a TikTok with someone, it's like you say, "Oh, we are."
I
all
didn't like with
bringing
Fizz.
Mo-
I didn't like her and Fizz. I didn't like her and Fizz.
I don't know if I
Or
like
America.
her. Like
No?
I don't know if I like her because she just
God,
She gives me a vibe. Like, she gives me a vibe, and I don't want to, project negative stereotypes on women, but she gives me a vibe, and I just like,
I think she's sneaky.
like,
A little sneaky.
like she gives me a Robin Givens type of vibe. Y'all know the reputation about Robin
Oh,
Givens, how like she's
yes,
like the ultimate gold
no,
digger. Like, like,
no.
like she's the
Really?
gold digger. Like,
Oh
that's
my
the
gosh,
old
no.
Robin Givens reputation
Oh,
back when she married
Hmm.
Mike Tyson
mm.
and all of that stuff.
Yes, I
Like,
remember.
yes,
It's
like
it's
she
it's
gives
bad.
me Robin Givens, but not to that level of finesse. Like, Robin Givens, she's like a scammer and a gold digger, but she still has class and you respect her for some reason. Not saying she is any of those things, but she comes off that way. Just like when she was on the last episode of Queens that just aired. Y'all
Yes.
go watch Queens, it's amazing. I literally tweeted, I was like, nothing good happens when Robin Givens comes on screen.
I
Nothing
have heard
good
Oh,
that
ever
before.
happens when we see
never,
Robin Givens.
never.
And once again, I was right. But she
Yes.
gives me that kind of vibe. Like, she gives me like these sneak like Treasure from that one season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the one that came on and was like, I'm proud to date married men. Yeah, I date married
Oh,
men.
yes,
So
I
what? So
remember.
what?
Yes,
And then
the
Dime
same
Piece
vibe.
beat her ass down to the
Oh,
beach.
you got to watch. No, sidetrack. You got to watch Love and Lock Up tonight. Watch it. This girl goes
I watch
wild.
it.
You didn't think? Do you? I thought there were gonna be two grown women sitting down to talk, and this girl Tay, she like a bat out of hell, pissed the producers. I was like, me and my husband jumped
What?
up and he's like, "Holy crap!" I was like, I did not
It
expect that.
reminds me of like those
It's
early days
trash.
of
You're
Love
gonna
and
love
Hip
it.
Hop Atlanta with
It's
like Mimi and
worse.
Jocelyn and Stevie sitting on the couch at the
Oh,
therapist's office, and the next thing you
You're
know,
just gonna laugh the whole
Jocelyn
time.
finds out that they're still like staying in the same house together, and then she punches Stevie square in the face. Like,
Yes.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, we really got to see real connection, like fist.
Mm.
Why am I advocating for violence?
I know.
Never
I'm
mind.
like, that
never
amused me. I'm
Never
all
violence,
mind.
excited. I
please.
was like, yo, watch
Don't.
it. Shit
Yes.
ever.
But in the grand scheme of reality TV fights, like the only
Yeah.
real reality TV fights that we really
Yeah, I
got
don't want to.
was on Black Ink, on
Oh,
Love and
God.
Hip Hop
Sorry.
Atlanta,
He fights everyone.
and on Bad Girls Club. Those were like the
Oh, but
real
I don't like.
fights.
I
Japan.
don't
Well,
like Bad
my
Girls Club
sister used to take the
because.
pan and do it to me. Wake me up.
But I had a question about the new
I
seasoning
love
of
that.
Love and Hip Hop. Do you think they speak about the scandal of Cardi B?
Do
Say
what?
that one more time, babe.
Do you think they speak about lawsuit about Cardi B and Tasha K? Do you think sometimes we have this scandal come out about Cardi B, but she was the the most known cast member in the world because she was a international situation. People when they are in filming the new season, they speak about all this history because some people knows very well Cardi B. Do you think they speak about her? Like with the story of Jordan and everything like that. When Larsa with with Kim Kardashian, it's come out like that. Do you think they speak about Cardi B and everything like that around her or not?
I don't know. But I would love to see a Tasha K storyline on Love and Hip Hop just because of this.
Yes,
Just
because
because
she
of this.
was linked of all of them. She was linked about
She
all.
was she? Like, by speaking. Oh, why am I forgetting Natasha's Cardi? Never mind. Never mind. Ooh, that one.
Well, yeah, Tasha K has this whole lawsuit thing that she just lost
Yeah.
with, Cardi B.
I
Blah, blah, blah.
literally
Go back
forgot
and
it was
watch my
Cardi.
videos on it.
Yeah, I forgot it was Cardi. I totally forgot.
Yes,
Yeah, y'all
and
can go watch my old videos on that.
Yeah.
Tasha K had she make all so much
The
interview
connection wasn't.
of Love and Hip Hop. She knows of some member of the crew and some of all of the season. She knows them very well, and because she was linked by friends, everything like that. Do you think she speak about this history in the new season because it was very
Well, Cardi's not on Love and Hip Hop
Oh
right
yeah, I was
now,
like, is she
and
coming
I
back?
don't
I'm
think
so excited.
I don't think we'll ever get Cardi back as a real cast member
Yeah.
on Love and Hip Hop unless something drastic happens.
I mean,
And even then, I don't think they probably just give her a show at
or
this point.
or like go to our concert or something.
Well, yeah, because they done gave K Michelle 4 or 5 different shows, and she got another show about to come out on
What happened to
Lifetime.
her
Like,
face? What did she do to her
I,
face? She did from her butt to her face. Like she was
I don't
looking like
even want
this.
to talk about that.
Me
we
neither.
don't know. We don't.
I didn't know it was her. Didn't know it was her.
We
I
don't.
still don't think it's her.
I was like,
She could be standing in my face and I'd be
Thank
like, you
you.
are not K. Michelle.
Thank you. I was like, I kept looking. I'm like, no way did she get her face done after all what just happened to her. And she does not look like
She has
herself.
a full, like, she did a full little
Face
Kim transformation.
face
Like,
off, like face off. Like, give me your face and I'll give you my face.
it was
And
like she just ripped her face
I
off.
just hope it was Remy's. I think it was just Remy's her bangs threw me off last night. Because Remy was looking like,
Maybe.
I think it was her bangs. Because I saw her later on. I was like, oh, there's my girl. There she's back. I was like, she's not messing her face up. Because
No, I don't think she's ever messed with her face. I think she's just lost weight and her teeth are probably big.
Yeah.
So it makes her face look a little
I thought maybe
smaller.
and I thought maybe like she got like something done, maybe just like make it tighter. But she looked good. But when she had her short hair, I was like, "There's my girl. She's back."
Yeah.
Because, oh no.
Now, Mendices and Yandy, do you pay attention to them? What did you think about the girl that Yandy brought in that she adopted or fostered? Do you think that Mendices should have let her come back or no? Or do you think it came out?
I just wonder how much research or homework Yandy did on this girl before she did the whole situation. And I'm not placing any blame on the girl specifically. Right. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you have to be aware of what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. And if you're not able to handle certain people's stories, journeys, traumas, and things of that nature, you may not be equipped to help this girl. Just because you have financial means does not mean that you are automatically able to help this girl in the way that she needs to be helped, right?
I think she re-traumatized her.
Yes, because I think she brought her into a family after she was in foster care all this time. She's been looking and hoping to find a family for all the time, and you brought her into your family and you brought her into your home, and then the next thing you know, you just discast her, and it's like abandonment issues all over again. Now, mind you, I'm not saying that the girl is completely guilt-free in this situation, but the overarching narrative is that now I can see how her brain works that conclusion of like, you brought me into your family and I thought that this was supposed to be unconditional love, and then the first chance you got that I did something you didn't like, you threw me out just like anybody else that I was a foster kid to. Like, I can see how she got there. Mind you, she may be absorbing herself of some responsibility in that retelling to herself.
She's young.
But she's young, so she's going to see everything possibly from a victim's mentality first. She's always going to see everything like life is happening to her versus she is experiencing life. So there's going to be a level of responsibility that she has to take for the choices that she chooses to make because she's a certain age. She's grown. She's over the age of 18. So you're now responsible for your own choices, regardless of the stuff that you've been through. It doesn't excuse or dismiss or take away from those things, but the way that society works, unfortunately, is that once you are 18 and considered grown, or wherever it is in your state, all of a sudden you don't get the same understanding that you would if you were a child.
Yep. See, like my parents, like it was 24 and out the door, but like we didn't know where. But I couldn't like the things that I disrespected with my parents. Like if they would have kicked me out at 18, I would have been. I'd probably be dead. You know what I mean? And I think like with Zach, like he's disrespected me twice and the kid's out of the house, but I feel like a piece of crap because I did that to my parents on a weekly basis. We told me hated them. I mean, I feel like I killed my dad. I really do. But like this kid one sign of disrespect, I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, and you're not coming back. And I feel like I look at that, I'm like, okay, well, we're the adults. He's a child. Not really 22. You know what I mean? But like, so I just feel at 18 or 19, you're still like 15 kind of. I don't know. Like, I just feel like
you are. Like you being 18 is really no different than you being 16.
I would hope that they would help her pay for it because it's hard to keep a job at 18. I mean, I know she's probably making money because she's with them, but like they were have her go out and get her own place and stuff. Like when you're 18, that's like living when you feel like you still have your mom and dad. Like you don't want your mom and dad to leave. Like don't leave me alone. I mean, you know what I mean?
Like it makes me wonder how involved Yandy was behind the scenes, because the way this girl made it seem, the way that Infinity made it seem, she made it seem like she just threw her ass out on the street. Homeless, get out my house, you on the pavement.
One fuck up.
No resources, no help, done, and we out of here. I don't like who you dating, so you got to go. Period. I don't know if maybe she was still helping her. Like,
Well,
like,
it was
throwing her a little money here and there to like help her get by, but not
yeah.
taking her into the home and like being physically responsible for her. She could have like still been cash apping her a little something, something just to make sure
I
she
hope
eating and that
so.
she's surviving and stuff.
I freaking
But
hope so.
I don't think she went
I
out and
hope.
got her an
I
apartment and was
hope.
like, here, I'll set you up and I'll pay your first month's rent. But after that, you
Mm,
on your damn own. Like, that's some shit I would do personally, because me and my husband have had this conversation. Like, we're the parents that, as long as you're working in school or whatever, you can stay there as long as you want, as long
mhm.
as you're respectful, take care of yourself, do what you need to do for yourself.
Right.
But like, I don't have to take care of you like you five.
Right.
Fine, stay there, do
Yeah, yeah,
you.
yeah.
But the moment some shit go down, um, or
Mhm.
that's like cross the line, disrespectful, we can't cohabitate. Me and my husband all have already said we will go out, find her an apartment, pay her rent up
Yeah.
for 3 months. You got 3 months to figure your shit out, and then after that, you on your own, because we can't live together. But I don't want to
Right.
see you on the street.
Well, it's like I told you, it was my peace. It was messing up my peace, and I felt selfish kicking him out. He has a place to go. I mean, he's fine. It's a couple houses down. He just came and got some of the stuff yesterday, and I looked at him. I kind of felt a little guilty, but this is the second or third time now that we've taken him back. Not taking him. He's lived here for a long time, but like he moved to California, came back, whatever. He wanted to bring his girlfriend back. Well, we have domestic violence charges against him. Cannot do that. He got one night. He got drunk. Him and my husband fought. I'm screaming for them to stop because you're breaking my house, and neither one of them are listening to me. And I can't have cops and arrests and all. My husband will lose his life, lose his job. Like
No one needs that
they weren't
drama.
thinking. My
Oh
husband doesn't
no.
think, and my kid doesn't think. So am
Yeah.
I selfish? Am I being a horrible mom or horrible stepmom? By no, like my piece is more important. I think
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
definitely believe that.
wrong.
I do think that in that, though, and this has
Yeah,
nothing to do with really preparation for you kicking them out. And I don't think that this has anything to do with Yandy and Infinity, because Yandy took Infinity in when she was almost damn near grown anyway. But
right.
what I was gonna say was that in that, if you know that that's an option for you to throw your child out, I just hope that you take the steps that our schools don't do, and actually prepare this child to live on their own. Like,
we
teach them how to pay bills, teach them how to write a check, teach them how to fill out a job application, teach them how to go, do an apartment, file your taxes, what is
we won't.
credit, how to establish credit, how to build credit.
We tried.
Like
Tried.
prepare that child. Now, if they don't want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
that's on them. All you can do is provide the information. If they don't take it, that's their business. They're
Right.
grown. Let's remember that. They are
He's
grown.
good.
They can make choices. Your responsibility is to facilitate the information.
Okay. Yeah,
Let
we did.
your part is to, hey, I told you, I gave you the resources, and they're still here if you ever need them. Whether you choose to pick them up now that you're deciding what happens in your own life, that is
Yeah.
now none of my business. But
Yeah.
as your parent, it is my responsibility to make sure that you are equipped with the tools to go out there and make your own life. Now, whether you take the equipment with you, that's your
Mhm.
own damn business. But I provided it.
But the problem, so much parents now is they try to uh, make the teen
Friends. Mhm.
like kids. No, you don't. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's not your problem. It's not your business. And sometimes you have they won't make the teens dependent on them. They don't want to be more with autonomy, with independence, because it's very a question of power. Because if the kids, when they are 16 or 17, know to do everything, they can go by herself, they can go emancipated. It's very like that. And when I'm working in my field, I see so much adult guys with 20s, 22, 25, 20, 20, 30 or 40. They don't know to make a whole taxes, check, application, everything. They don't know because they don't want to know. They want to know. They want to go to TikTok because they want to see a tutorial to understand what to make things. It's very insane because people don't. Some teens doesn't want to have autonomy. They want to have pleasure. They want to have things very, like in TikTok, everything like that. But what you said, they don't want. It's very strange
Mm.
because they want to be a freedom, but not the
Mhm.
responsibility.
He's pretty much has freedom. It's his emotional stability that I worry about. He's financially okay. It's his emotional stability because he's been abandoned a lot by his regular parent, his actual parent. And then he takes the girls in, and then they abandon, and he feels like, you know, he gets. He's just very like, I didn't think he could fall in love 3 times in 1 year. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's looking for something else, and like these girls, they're treating him like crap, and they're groupies and all that, and they're fist fighting, and there's domestics, and you know, I'm fighting a girl, like it's crazy. But like this kid, I love him to death, and he's such a good kid. Like he really never did drugs or anything. Like it's just his attitude problem, and he drinks, and he won't stop drinking. He's 22, he won't stop drinking. It's and him and my husband is an alcoholic, or was. He can't drink, so when he does, and it's like it's just the whole thing. Like I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I'm literally stuck.
All you
I'm
can
just
do is
stuck.
your part,
And we
and
didn't get
you
along.
can't hold just. See, here's the thing. You and it's not like I wrote a book on parenting, but I've just
Right.
realized things through just life
I just need
experiences.
different perspective. Yeah, anybody else? I need any like.
Here's the thing, you can't hold yourself accountable for somebody else's
Yes.
choices. Like all
Yes.
you can do is do your part and teach them in the ways that they should go. If they choose to take those lessons now or later, they're going to remember those lessons. Now whether
Yes.
it's them being a wise man and learning from the mistakes of others, or
Mhm.
or being a smart man and learning from their own mistakes, they're going to learn one way or the other. You can't control that. All you can do is give them the information that they need to get through life. And whether they choose to listen to it now or reflect on it in retrospect, that's their business. All you can do is your part. And what your part is to prepare them for life. And whatever
Yes.
they do with that information, whatever choices they choose to make, whatever path they decide to go down, is their own damn business. All you
Yes.
can do is pray for them and continue to love
Oh,
them.
Yeah,
you
exactly. I don't know what else to do. That's all I can do, honestly.
it's
That's
like,
all I can do.
it's like, you make a house, a little house, for bird. You give him the tools and the wood, and you say, you do what you want, but the bird need a house. If he wants, he make a house for the bird, because it's a responsibility, and the
She's not allowed near my house.
but
She lives
no,
100 yards from my house.
but
She's not living near my house. Not out
it's
front,
lively.
nothing.
You give him, education. You give him, value, ethics, and morality, and with that,
Yeah,
he can make his choice or not. You can
I feel like
enab-
he hates. I feel like he
It's
hates me.
very red pill or blue pill. Like all Morpheus did was give Neo the information, and he
Right.
had the
Yes.
choice to either take the red pill or the blue. Listen, everything in my life goes
What if
back to
he?
the Matrix or to Paris is Burning. So
When are
like
we
you,
getting married? When are we getting married? Nobody believes me. We're living in a matrix. Nobody believes me. We need to like seriously.
like my entire life goes back to the Matrix and to Paris is Burning. Those two
Really,
movies I will always quote when it comes to life. Like those two movies have given me the most like quotable life quotes ever in life.
and
That
make
and
the
Twin
most
Storm
sense.
trilogy.
Life
For
makes
most people who don't
sense.
know that movie,
Life
go
just
watch
makes
it.
sense.
Anyway,
Yeah,
but
you just
like
blew my mind when you said
all
that.
you can do is I do
I'm
what I
trying.
can.
I'm trying. I'm
But
trying.
You
know what?
are, and that's all you can do.
I'm
And
trying.
now they have to figure out
I
that
would rather.
y'all were right, because we all go through it. We were all 18, 19, 20, and thought we knew every damn thing just because
Yes, and that's why I
we could
feel
buy
like
beer.
I should just take the shit from him because maybe he just doesn't understand yet.
Oh,
Maybe he
I don't
just
know about that. Now you don't tolerate no goddamn deer
like it hurts.
steak in your house.
It just hurts my feelings because we're so good to him. I'm so good to him. Like, and I
And
don't.
he
And
has
I'm
to
just.
learn that.
But I.
Like you, how do you tell somebody that they have something good without telling them? You take it away.
Mm,
They realize
mm.
what they missed when they don't have it anymore. As long as they
Yes.
still,
I
like,
thought.
if you, like, here's the thing: if you give somebody access to your bank account and then tell them they can only spend $5 per day, random number, but it's the first one that came to mind. And
Yes.
then they spend $10, and then you say, all right, cool, don't do it no more. Then the next day they spend 15, and you say, okay, now I said don't do it no more. And then next week they spend 200. Eventually, you have to take away access to that bank account to learn. For them to learn what they actually had.
That.
Sometimes
Yeah.
people have to lose shit for them to appreciate it.
Yes.
I
You
agree.
you must to lose things, when you say that,
But
to
I thought he lost this
understand
already
what
once.
you have. But I think sometimes, when I in my culture, you have the thing of the gratitude.
Mm-mm.
because it's in Muslim culture. You have the gratitude. It's very religious. It's the idea of gratitude to God to give you the just to have water in your glasses, to have a house, to just
Mhm.
to eat a bread. You have this idea of gratitude.
Mhm.
I don't
Well,
want to make any proselytism, not that, but just this idea. It's very cultural thing in Africa to have a
well, it's here
gratitude.
too. It's starting to be. And people are learning gratitude around here.
Yes,
That
and
gratitude
gratitude
spiritually, anyway.
to say,
I
okay,
think.
God, thank you to just give me the capacity to breathe and to be alive. Just thank you that.
Yeah.
And I
I
think
got him. I got him into like spirituality and stuff, and he was starting to like really. I say activate, but he's starting to awake. Like awareness
Yeah.
was getting high, and he was
and
like really getting into like the
it's very
all
young.
that gratitude, everything. He became Muslim. He was like praying all the time. We would talk about spirituality, whether he was Muslim and I'm whatever. I'm just science, whatever.
But you know,
Spiritual.
with some people need, it's like so much people go to a cult to have, rules to think, to make, because sometimes they don't have, this capacity to have to limited her bad behavior. And it's why the reason to have so much people go to
It
Scientology.
helped him. Him becoming Muslim, like with his girlfriend, it helped him a lot. Like with
but
his drink, he did slip up with his drinking, but like
but
he's very regimented. He goes right back to it. He goes right back to his, you
but
know.
sometimes but for me, I'm not, very radical people, because I'm very smooth people, because like that. But when you go to Scientology, when you say Leah Remini speak about that, you have so much rules. When you see
Yeah.
the Netflix TV show Unorthodox, it's the same thing. Sometimes you have people, they need so much rules to just permit them to live with some tranquility in their mind. And it's like that. And I think sometimes people, they don't have the possibility to be themselves, because they don't know to behave naturally. I don't know.
I know. I agree. I just wish like I
but
don't know. It
it's
just sucks when you can't help them. You can't.
but
Because you never want to
sometimes
see your kids suffer.
I
Nobody
don't.
wants to see
It
their
kills
kids in
me
pain.
because I don't think
Nobody
he
wants to
I
see
he
their
know.
kids
doesn't
going
know.
through it.
I see
Nobody
him
wants
feel
to see it.
guilty. Like he's like stubborn as
But you
hell.
can't save them from that.
I
Like you
can't.
can't
You
force
can't.
them to make the right choices. Once they've established a sense of free will, and once they're able to
Yes.
activate, for
Yeah.
lack for lack of words, their individuality, that's not going to do anything but grow as they establish their perspective in the world, and that's going to grow and
Yes.
change based on their own experiences. All you can do is just be there to love them. But
And
nobody wants to see their kids suffer. But at the end of the
Mm-mm.
day, we have to not be so worried about traumatizing our kids, because they're gonna have their own traumas. They're gonna go through
yes.
their own shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna have their own
Yeah.
problems. They're gonna get their
Right.
heart broken. They're gonna get disappointed. And there's
Mm.
nothing we can do about it. Nobody saved our asses.
I know. And it's like if
It's
everyone's like, "Do
life.
you regret this or
So
that?" I'm like, "Well, turn." Sorry, guys. It's legal. Don't worry. I'm legal here.
You are right, girl.
Literally, like the shit that I went through saved my life. I think because I learned compassion. I learned
mhm.
integrity. I was a piece of crap. And then I went through 20 years of an addiction and doing a bunch of stuff I shouldn't. And I would say to myself, why do I not care? What is wrong with me? Something's wrong. Like, why do I have, like, why am I
No,
doing these things? But I literally came out of it, like, gaining. I learned, I guess there were my lessons to learn. But I learned when they were all done for me and not to me is when I was able to, like, rationally and explain it and kind of explain stuff to him, too. Like, because he's like, well, you're crazy. And I'm like, I know. Well, whatever. Like, because we would fight so bad. And but we would be fine 5 minutes later. But it's like, it literally would like, it would literally detach my soul every time. And he would think it's like, you know, a bipolar moment. But like when he started to like recognize that, like, I forget where I was going. See, I just smoked that and I lost myself. I forget where I was
You
going.
were
sometimes, I recommend
I
also
lost it.
when you have a teen very, difficult, to make volunteering with, people with disability physics, to see what they have already, you know because
Yeah,
I think it's interesting to go with people with disability psychic, like, kids with the physical or psychic disabilities, because
mhm.
they learn empathy and compassion. It's sometimes when you see, it's very good to help homeless people because they see is have worse of in their situation.
Yeah.
I think it's possibilities because when you make volunteering, sometimes you repel yourself. I think it's possible.
I did for a long time, but then I got caught up in trying to fix people, thinking that because I could thinking if I could do it, anybody could, and it would destroy me if they would OD or they weren't. I just couldn't do it anymore.
They have to make their own choices.
I couldn't do it. It's hard enough trying to save other people, like save the people around me, and then I was going to volunteering, and I'd want to try to save them too.
You can't do anything to save anybody.
It's too draining.
All you can do
you can to save people, but sometimes just to make little things make you more proud of yourself. You just sometimes help cats, dogs, everything like that. Just things to learn some empathy to people. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but you can to save someone if you doesn't want to help to be saved.
It's literally I've abandoned everybody just to save my soul. So
yes,
I broke my heart to save my soul, sister.
You must. I'd say one thing: if you want to save someone, you must to save yourself first. You can.
I did.
A giant with smooth feet. Is like that.
Yeah.
You can see, but
I just can't save anybody else anymore. It's too hard. So it was hard enough to save myself. I can't save anybody else. I try. It's just too draining. And it's like I lose myself anyway. So it just whatever inner work I do, it just eats away back and takes away from it because it just, Like earlier, I don't even know if you're in a chat. I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. Something happened on Adam's chat, but it all revolves around mental illness, but I don't even want to get into that because we have to get off in like 5 minutes anyway. George, did you leave us or did you just take your thing down?
I don't know if
her thing's off, her mute's off. I think she's still in there though. Trish, I sent it to you in Instagram. I literally can't get out of that. I went back in it and I sent it to you unless you have I thought for some reason you would have Insta. But our Insta, you'd be able to just click it and call in. I don't know what happened, but I wish we could have added Trish to the chat, but I'm gonna add her. We'll do another one maybe tomorrow. I was thinking today's Friday, isn't it?
Yes, it's Friday now, and tomorrow it's Saturday.
Yeah.
It's Saturday. Oh my God, it's very
Yeah, I think we'll do another one. I'll have Trish call in. That way she can join the conversation.
I hope.
Did you ever drop that link? Because I think I saw a comment about something like you copied and pasted a Turkish website, and I was like, does that have to do with Erica's hair?
Yeah, I was literally trying to do the SteamYard thing, and then I could only do it through Instagram. I could only take it and send it to somebody on Instagram, like I send you, and I sent it to her, but I don't think for some reason she didn't have Instagram.
You can
go to invite guest.
I did. All right, tell me again. I'll try one more time.
Go to invite guests, but when you I'm trying to remember how.
Give me the link. It says copy to clipboard.
Copy to clipboard, and then look at the very end of your options. There may be like a little 3-button menu that may have like leave a comment, post a comment. Do you see somewhere where it says post a comment? Click that. Not in the private chat. Just hit leave a comment.
Not in the private chat. Oh, in the regular chat, right?
Because the private chat will be just us three. We'll be able to see it.
In the regular one, right?
Yes. Leave the comment there. Then they'll be able to see it.
I can't I can't get to the clipboard. That's my problem. Like
I can't just go there and click paste. Right click and then click paste. I think you're on your laptop, right?
Yeah, it's not working. Hold on, at first I can't copy and paste on this thing. Hold on me. Oh, wait a minute. There it goes. See?
Oh.
There it is.
Literally, yeah.
There it is.
I mean, you guys can stay on. I gotta pick my husband up, but you guys can stay on if you want. I'll leave it up.
Well, if that's the case, then we can always like come back and just do like a regular chat later when you get home.
Yeah, because I want to enjoy it. Trish, where do you live, by the way? I don't know if she's trying to call in.
No, she's not.
I'm not sure, but she DM'd me on Twitter, so I'm gonna be talking to her anyway. So I'll be in touch with her. You be in touch with me, and then we'll reconvene sometime.
Because remember we were saying maybe we'll do like something later on when the kids go to sleep or something.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, because I'll be up. I usually sleep from about 8 until 2:30 in the morning, but that depends on the day.
I mean, if you don't go to sleep, I'm gonna add Trish real quick.
Oh, Trish.
We were just we're trying to think of doing another chat later, and then they popped up. So I was like,
awesome.
What are you doing? Where are you?
I just made some lunch.
Oh,
And
bon appétit.
bon appetit.
Yes.
So let's see. We've got Gabriella
Yes.
and Jordan.
Jordan. Yes.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, darling.
We need Janelle sometimes to say bonjour.
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 I got to figure out how to turn this mic up. I'm sorry I had so much trouble.
I feel like I wish if I could. I can't believe that took me It took me 3 weeks to figure just that out. Because I was just sending them on Instagram. And I was like, in me going back and forth without having I don't have my I can't talk today, but whatever. I don't have my mouse thing, so I do it through the.
Speaking of, did you get my message about InShot? Because the app that I use to edit my videos is also on the Google Play Store, so you can get it on Android.
Okay.
Because I looked that up, so that should help you out a lot.
We left
Did you fall?
No, it's the dog.
Well, that's
I tried to figure out Canva, and that was so. Baby, hi.
Hey.
Oh, puppy.
I wish Judgy Cat was here.
I can't.
But yeah, that Canva mess, it was just too much. It was too much. It was too many options. It was for too many things. Like Canva is for so many different things. Like it just was too much for me. I feel like you would have a lot easier time.
You can't hear us?
On InShot.
I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear us? I don't know how to turn them. Huh. It might be your volume.
I know what I'm going to do.
I feel like I'm yelling.
I'm going to put you on
a she probably couldn't hear.
Oh, you mod your headphone maybe.
Come on. Yeah.
When I had first started using the laptop, I had headphones in the whole time, thinking I had to use them, but
you might have. I'm going to get a YouTube and maybe I'll hear you.
You don't have to when it comes to headphones. Bluetooth. But I know for me, when I'm on my phone, like if I don't have headphones in, then it's harder for me to hear you. But y'all can hear me just fine. So when I have headphones, then it's a more.
Let me get my headphones.
Then it's more balanced.
I don't have my headphone because I have the last iPhone, and when you have new iPhone, it's very the sound is very loud and very clear in the beginning.
When I was using headphones, I was messing up more with them because they were horrible. So bad.
I just have. I don't know. This is actually my husband's headset that he left here, so I'm just stealing it for a couple weeks.
I'll use George's ones for PlayStation. Can you hear us, Trish?
Perfect.
I have to find that headset because I actually have a headset that's for truck drivers, but I can't find it right now. It's either lost in this car or it's lost in my bed.
I bought 5 off of Amazon when I first started doing this. I have a million.
I have a little headphone.
They're horrible.
Amazon too. It's very funny. My Amazon is very nice.
They're I have these big old ones that for his PlayStation I was using, and I went to the smaller ones, and they're falling off my fat head. And I'm like, Adam, can you hear me? He's like, yeah, I hear you so much better like that. I'm like, all this time I didn't even need them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Gosh, I feel like I'm catching up on so many things. We were talking about.
we're talking about everything. Life.
Okay. Love, right. Okay. So the nose job. When I was younger, I am 56.
Nose job.
So I'm 56 now. Let's get better light. So you can get
gorgeous.
I
know.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so I've got the big nose, and growing up, and I've got curly hair, and sometimes I straighten it, as curly-haired girls do, but naturally it's curly. And when I was younger, people, especially when I was working in Atlanta, people would tell me that I look like Jennifer Grey.
You do.
And well, the funny thing is then she had, too many nose jobs, and it made me realize, maybe I should keep my quirky nose.
I like your nose. It gives you have you have character. You look, you're gorgeous. You
are.
You're really beautiful.
You are gorgeous.
Honestly, I hope I look as good as you when I'm
oh, 56.
Wow. All right. Yeah. I have to look I hope I still look as good.
Imagine.
Well, yeah, you're scaring me with all the cosmetic surgery stories.
I'm 44 though. I had my lips done a long time ago. That they went away though. But I never had that until.
Can you believe I actually used to want to get my lips done? Just laugh at me for a second. Just laugh at me for a second. Can you imagine?
You may.
No,
don't do that. You don't.
I look like
there's a half a syringe waiting on me when I'm 65. When I turn 80, and now my lips are hanging on my double chin, then I like just get them plumbed up. So now they'll be like just fans on my face. Maybe we'll see.
Seriously, I can't. If I take these off, I can't even see your names. That's how blind I am.
Yeah, same.
See,
You wear yours all the
now,
time.
if my phone was any further back from me, I wouldn't be able to see anything but silhouettes.
You haven't worn your glasses. What are you wearing? Your contacts?
No, but cause like when like things that are within arm's length of me is fine. So like y'all are literally right here. So like y'all I can see fine. But if you were further back, like street signs and stuff like that, I would not be able to see that at all. Like I would have to have my glasses for when I drive and stuff like that.
Oh,
it just gets worse. It gets way worse.
Correct.
When your IG is like that.
You'll have to come back. Okay.
Yes.
But yeah. Sorry,
Not to see here.
No, that was just my brother. But
oh, doggy! Wait! Oh my God, I love him.
I literally text my husband in the middle of the night last night crying because my cat Silas is at my friend's house right now, and we're not speaking right now, and I can't get to him. It's a long story.
Oh, okay.
Long story.
You need to go get some cat. I need to go get your cat. Like, what's going on?
No, it's not a hostage thing. It's just that me and my husband thought that we were breaking up, so I took my cat and I moved out. And then I ended up coming back here, and then my car broke down, so I haven't been able to go back and get him. And now we're not speaking. It's a long story. Don't worry about it. It's fine. But I like I literally text my husband crying last night, like, should I get another pet? I don't know what to do. I need somebody to love me back. I'm sad. I'm in silence. Oh my God. What's my gonna do by myself? I was literally falling apart last night.
I'm telling you, my best friend.
But yes.
And it's my like Silas is my first pet I've ever had. I'm 30 years old, and I've never had a pet.
I am so sorry. Did somebody hurt you? But we'll make it better.
Plenty of people have hurt me. Plenty of people.
Very sorry.
But this ain't that type of show. We're happy over here. We are happy over here today.
That was the other thing you all were talking about, abandonment. And I was going to say, it's so wonderful, Chris, what you all have done. I missed some of it because I was trying to connect, so I was going in and out. But I think my mother may have struggled with undiagnosed mental health issues.
Yes.
And she never stayed in one place very long. So I went to about 8 different elementary schools before we moved from the West Coast to Roanoke, Virginia. And part of the deal with moving from, my dad lived in LA, Santa Monica, and my mom was in Phoenix. So part of the deal with being supportive, moving to Roanoke, was that I'd get to go to one high school. Well, she bailed out when I was about 16 and decided to leave. And I found another family to live with. But I have always felt, and even years into my marriage, felt like if I wasn't perfect, if I did something wrong, I'd be asked to leave. And even when I moved in with a family,
every single girl.
It's like a subconscious.
You know what?
Me too.
The weird thing is that it's our distorted thinking, because I didn't realize how distorted it was until I married into a normal family.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I look at my husband when he falls asleep in 5 seconds. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
I punch him in the face. Like, don't you have thoughts?
My husband can literally fall asleep while speaking. Like, he can literally just be like, all right, babe, I'm going to go ahead and just...
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to punch him in the face every time. I'm like, how? What voodoo is this?
Like, do you not care that we just had an argument? I'm going to kill myself. Like, how dare you? No,
but I know exactly where you're coming from, because when you posted that in the comments about your mom and at 16, I was like, girl, I was 12 when my mother shipped me to Las Vegas to live with a father that I had barely seen since I was 3 years old and had barely spoken to in all of this time. I'm 12 years old going to live with a man that I have no familiarity with, and we have no clue if he's sober, if he has a job, if he can take care of himself. The whole situation was insane.
Imagine.
Now, mind you, it turned out fine, and me and him are on very good terms now, so it's all good. I love my daddy; he's amazing. But
when you moved in, you had to see. You must have. Well, I know when I moved in with the family that I found, and my father would send a child support check to them. I not only lived by their rules, I mean, I went to their church, I had to live by their rules, and I was
See, I
happy to
wish
do
I
it.
would have had that opportunity
She
I
probably
was
because
so
wanted
grateful
you wanted to,
to
right?
them.
Like you just
I
wanted
was
to do that, right?
I was
Yeah.
so grateful, and it was the
Yeah.
first time I ever had this woman who had had 5 kids, and the last one had moved out, and I'm an only child, so she would get up and make breakfast and pack a lunch. I never had any of that stuff growing up.
Oh,
So, and I
see, I
remember
wish I
coming
would have
home
had
one
that
day,
opportunity.
and I came home and I had an apple, and nobody was home, so I couldn't ask permission. And I remember when she came home that night, and I said, Mrs. Wright, I'm so sorry, but I had an apple when I
Aw,
came home, and I didn't have anyone to ask permission. She's like, oh my God,
right?
of course, don't be
Trauma.
ridiculous.
Like
Yeah.
that's
trauma,
recognizing that is
trauma.
trauma.
And
Exactly.
don't did you ever
100%.
like wonder why you were feeling that way, but not right when like therapists would say it's your childhood, and I'd be like, I don't understand what you mean. I didn't understand
Yeah.
that I was feeling abandonment. I didn't understand why I didn't feel
I didn't
safe.
recognize any of this until my mid 20s.
Yeah.
Like,
And
like when you say about your marriage, I struggle with that every single day. Like I recognize, even into my late 20s, I recognize certain gestures I did, certain movements, certain fidgets that I have that
oh
I
God,
think, and
mine
I'm like,
too.
where does this come from? Why do I
Right?
do that?
Because
And
you
it
know that.
reminds me of stuff in my childhood,
Exactly.
Yep.
like when I hear a car outside of my door, like I like let let let's say that I'm laying in bed or something and a car pulls up outside. I instantly jump up and check the blinds to see who it is because I'm used to it being my
Yes.
stepdad
Mm.
coming home to whoop my ass.
Yep.
Like that, like I didn't realize that I did that subconsciously until I was
Right.
27.
Oh yeah.
When
Oh
I
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
Yes.
I didn't. The other thing too is how people interact. I married into a family that it would. I've never in 23 years heard one member of the family, and my husband's one of five. I've never heard one of them yell or call someone out their name. Not once in 23 years.
hmm.
5 siblings, 2 parents who've been married for 72 years, who both
Oh
just
wow.
passed within 3 months of each other. And they had been together since high school, and then they raised their 5 kids, and then
It sounds like my
they
parents.
isn't that crazy? Yeah. So
Well, I
it's
it's
mean,
to
it's normal an environment family of my family because I had like you some childhood big childhood trauma, and when someone is nice to me or make a compliment, I don't think it's true
it's hard to accept it, right?
because I
Like you don't
was.
know even what to say. I feel
Yes,
like you don't
when
know what to
people
say.
say to me, "Oh, you are beautiful, you are nice," too, I say, "Oh, what they want to me? What they want to steal to me? What
no,
they want to
you
make
know,
to me?" And first, when I was young, I used to think that, but now with therapy, because I had 5 years of therapy, was 2 sessions in week for 5 years to get along of that, and hypnotherapy and everything like that. I was one day my psychologist said to me, you need to be your best friend. Treat
yes,
you
Mm. Mm.
like the person
yes,
you want to treat you the best. And after that, I changed something.
That's
One of my rules in every
yeah.
relation I have with someone: never hurt someone. Never be like I known when I was in big nasty environment in moment of my life, because I hope I try to avoid to be with a man with domestic violence, because people like us with child trauma and the trauma boundaries have tendency to go to the baddest relationship with the most thing we know it's gaslighting, silence, everything
Narcissist,
like
like a
that.
narcissist.
And everything I try to, when my intuition want to be, oh, I like this guy, no, I go to the opposite. I always go to the opposite of my feelings, because sometimes I think it's my trauma bond is try to coming back, and
Oh
I
yeah.
always take time to bond with someone.
Oh, you
you
do
know,
actually. She stayed on the phone like the first. I think it was one of the nights I couldn't get something with the live. Like she literally stayed on the phone all night, and literally didn't have to at all. And I'm like,
aw,
why are these people so nice to me? Like I don't even understand why. I
I
kept saying to
always see you
Jason,
in the background of Adam's chats, and I'm like,
who me?
are they ever? No, I'm talking about
Oh, sure.
Gabriella.
Gab,
Like
yeah.
you're always in the background, like chatting in the private stage. I'm like, why don't they ever bring you up? Like, so
I don't know why. I think, yeah, sometimes I'll back out because I'm like, give somebody, you know what I mean? I don't want to, like, you know, we kind of like,
sure.
you know, because we're like peers now. But
when you were talking about being stressed, Jordan, about when you hear a pop, I didn't realize my mother is Sicilian. So I'm half English, half Sicilian. And my mother had a very bad temper. And like I said, I've been married for almost 23 years now to a family completely opposite of that. And it took me a long time to even realize how tightly wound I was.
Right?
Because right, it took like
did
being
you,
married for many
every
years.
year that went by, did you start to like accept? I couldn't accept that I was in a good marriage. I couldn't accept it was.
Yeah.
I was afraid it was going to end. I kept every year went by. I had to like. I just now, year 7 and 8, have accepted that he's a good guy and that he's not going to leave. Like, do you still feel that way?
Exactly.
How many? You're 23.
Now I'm 23 years in. Now we've gotten to the age where, we're just too old and lazy to divorce each other. You know, it would be, you know what I mean? I'd be like, look, if you need to do something different, just don't embarrass me. Like you were saying about Reno or somebody else, you know, you could do your thing. Just don't put it up on Insta. Oops. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. You know, but yeah, at this point, but it took me so long to realize, right. But I have always, first of all, dated men from big families because I feel like not only was I an only child, but to a mother that didn't want to be a mother. So that always helps, you know, these very motherly type figures. And then just seeing how they interacted with each other and the fact I didn't realize that I was so tense and uptight until I saw how normal people were. But at the same time, that's why I've always dated very calm people because I am half Sicilian. And if you raise your, and I told this to one ex-boyfriend, there's always one ex-boyfriend, right? You tell him, don't raise your hand to me because I came from an abusive background and I'm not here for it. And
girl, I'm black and Panamanian, so I completely get it.
Calling me out my name
so much.
Like I'm
and I'm like, look, I don't play.
Yes, I know.
On purpose.
I don't play.
I actually had a guy break up with me once he found out that I was Panamanian. He broke up with me. He was like, hell no. Girls like, you was crazy as hell. No, ma'am. Won't do it.
There's no way I was going to marry somebody like me or like my father. Or like my ex, me and my father are like the same person. I was going to marry my father and like the toxic. I can't marry Nat. I can't be somebody who was like, I just had to marry the opposite of who I was. And I did fall in love with my husband. I love my husband, but he's the opposite of who I was with before. And who I was with before is like my dad. He's a pagan, just like my dad. It's just that he's like, you can't, it's their same person. It's crazy. I had to literally, I couldn't marry him. I could not marry him. I had to walk away from him.
Yeah.
And then like 8 years later, I met my husband. It was the best choice I ever made. But like, there's no way I could be with somebody like me. I can't be with somebody unstable because I'm not stable.
Right.
I never.
You know what's funny is my husband he'd been asking me out for years, and I had been dating somebody else, somebody who was fun and blah blah blah. And I always thought, why can't I fall in love with a nice guy like Keith? Nice and a little bit older, more settled, but boring, right?
Right.
And then my dad wound up getting very sick and going to the hospital for 4 months. And my boyfriend of many years, we were engaged actually at the time. He just wasn't supported in the way that I needed him to be supportive. And I realized at that time that maybe I needed to, be with someone who was older and more boring and more stable. And so I gave him back the ring and started dating Keith. And within I guess it was 11 months later, we got married. So within less than a year, we were married.
That was like him and I. We met on October 14th. And we got engaged. We got engaged a year later and got married 6 months later. So we were married a year and a half later. But he was with somebody for 18 years, and I was with somebody for 18 years, and we were not going to marry those people. But we knew. It was weird because nobody in a million years thought that first he would be with somebody like me, or I would be with somebody like him. Like I just got out of prison when I met him. I'll be honest, you know what I mean? I should have had a lot of clean time. I should have had a lot of therapy because I brought that into our relationship with a normal person like him. And like, he's literally never he's been so the unconditional love. I don't even get it half the time. I look at him and I'm like, how do you not hate me? Like, seriously.
No. Okay. Now this is the last thing I want to say before we get cut off, God forbid. But this is the important thing. And I tell this to my aunt all the time, who always says, oh, I'm fat, I'm old, I'm ugly. And she's the kindest person you would ever meet. And I say to her, if you would just do me one favor, just one thing, just treat yourself as kindly as you treat everybody else. If you wouldn't say that kind of thing to me, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're old, then don't even think about saying it to yourself. You know, we've got to start taking better care of ourselves.
I know.
And that's what we didn't learn from abusive childhoods. That's what we didn't learn. That's what my husband and his family, when I see them, how they interact and, you know, how they deal with blows. For instance, losing both of their parents, one in October and the other one in January, within 3 months of each other. So they have been able to come together and, you know, keep it moving. Whereas I'd be in the fetal position. In fact, I've been in the fetal position, in tears.
I can't. I always say, if he dies, like, if something happens to him, give me 30 days. I'll either OD or kill myself. There's no way. I said, there's no way I could live on this earth. But now, I'm more spiritual, but I would have to go. I don't think I could stay here. I could not stay here.
I say that to my husband all the time. Like, I used to tell him,
I just couldn't be
all
here
the time, like, you're not allowed to die before me.
No.
Like,
and
for the 3 months,
we don't do that.
For the 3 months that my father-in-law, they lived right down the street from us. And for the 3 months that he outlived my mother-in-law, every single day he would sit down and he would say, I don't want to be here. Where's mom? Why am I still here? Because they had been together since they were teenagers.
That's like
and married for 72 years. And he said, there's no reason for me to be here. And then 3 months later, on what would have been her 91st birthday, he fell.
He had a heart attack, right?
And he fell and went to the hospital. They found out he had COVID, but I don't think that killed him. I think it was
a broken heart.
He just didn't. Exactly. He did not want to live.
You can die. You can die to broken heart. It's calling the
Teresa Giudice's dad. I promise you, that man died of a broken heart.
Yes.
Yep.
True.
Like Carrie Ann Fisher's mom, who died the next day.
Yep. Yeah.
You just can't. Your heart will just literally break. It's just.
That's exactly. It was literally 3 months of him saying, "I don't want to be here. I want to be with mom." And the fact that he fell on what would have been her birthday is just crazy to me.
It was meant to be. That was just the way. That's the way they wanted it.
It's a broken heart. It's broken heart.
They knew coming into this life that they wouldn't be able to survive without each other, probably. So they purposely had that way.
Well, I think I know that I would probably I feel like it would affect me a lot harder if my husband died before me.
Oh, me too. I think he
I feel like he's strong enough to go on and live his life. Right. He'll be fine. He'll be affected, but like he'll be able to go on. Like that would literally be my last straw. Like too. I would it would literally be within I swear.
He's already lost his mom. He's already he's lost people. So I think that the fact that he doesn't deal with that, I think, I don't know. I have to go. I don't. Yeah, I definitely would. I wouldn't be able to be here. He would get it. He would be okay, but I wouldn't be able to be here. Not at all.
Shout out to good husbands,
right? Like really, like they call him St. George. Like, they have no idea why he's. I swear, I'm like, I don't know. I'm a raging lunatic compared to him. He doesn't even raise his voice.
It's a love.
Even when he's drinking, he's happy.
It's love you, Krista. He loves you. He loves you.
He does. I don't get it, but he does.
But
I don't get it either, child.
No, I know, right? She's got to put up with me. It's like, I don't know how she puts up with me half the time.
I don't listen. I don't know how I put up with. I can put up with anybody but myself. That's the thing. No, it's the thing. I can put up with anybody but myself. That's the thing. Like I can literally tolerate and deal with anybody else but me. And that's the craziest thing. Like the reason why I tip my wig to my husband all the time is because as much as he's pissed me off, as much as we've been through, as much as we've, like we literally almost broke up like a few months ago and was like talking about filing divorce papers, all of that. But like it's just crazy to me because like he actually married me as a man. Like we met when we were 19. I didn't start transitioning until 2020.
But did you have any conversations? Like, did you have any conversations like maybe one day I might, or it just?
When I met him, I didn't think that me transitioning was an option
because
of me.
Okay.
Because I've known that I was different or trans since I was 8 years old. It was confirmed to me when I was 15 when I met my first trans person, right? Okay. Who I'm still in touch with to this day. So it is just so what's going on with you?
I'm trying.
That just threw my whole mindset off.
I'm trying.
I'm like, Inception!
I know. I didn't know if everybody else could see what I saw, so all right, good.
It felt like the poltergeist. But I was trying to talk through it and be normal.
I know. I don't know if you can
maybe
see
if I
it.
just keep talking, she'll just pop up and stay. It'll be fine.
Do you live in Amityville? Do you live in the Amityville house?
No, Jesus. I hope not. Do you see blood coming out?
I hope we can make a paranormal live chat about paranormal thing in different. We live in their life. I think it's very interesting. About ghosts, about presentiment or intuition, because I think we can have so much fun story. Yes, and the ghosts of the alien. But we come to you, Jonah. I'm sorry, I cut out, but I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, baby. My whole point was I just commend my husband more because not only have we been through a lot just together within our relationship, like we've been through everything there is to go through. Okay. I'll just leave it at that. Because I'll be done fucked around and be done broke down on this live and y'all don't want none of that. Okay. But we've been through it all. And so the fact that we've made it through that, and then like it's just crazy because like he married me as a
do you think that he was
he loves you?
But when you ask him about it, does he explain it to you the way?
Well, this past year has been extremely hard. At first, it was very hard.
Because of that, or just because
of that?
Okay.
And COVID. Is all the shit of the COVID.
Wait, what?
It's freezer. But I think yes, but it's
all right. Trish is still.
Trish, you're already yes, but
I'm walking around doing stuff.
Okay. I don't want to say. All right, so I want her to call back.
It's coming back, Jordan. Jordan is coming back.
She is.
Oh no, it's gone. It's coming back. But what's the name of your dog, Trish?
Leo.
Leo, it's a guy.
Yes. Yep, there he is. I gotta take him for a walk in a minute.
Baby.
I can't get.
I love him.
Where'd my girl go?
I want to have a dog, but I can't have a dog in my hotel home.
There he is.
Oh.
How did I get the Leon? I can't get her back up.
I don't know what's
happening.
She's
back. Wait. I think she's back. No, she's not.
No, it's back. It's gone. It's gone. It's back.
I thought. No, I think she can go back in right now.
Oh.
I hope my husband found a ride home. I think he did.
You know what? Remember when it reminded me of Caitlyn Jenner and Chris.
I know. I want to make. I was gonna say, huh?
When Chris, have this conversation just when Caitlyn was in woman, and you see, I think it's the first time I see Chris Jenner.
There you are.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. No, Jordan. I was speaking about. Do you remember the scene when you have Chris Jenner? You see Caitlyn after the book came out about all the story about that, and you see Chris Jenner very, hurt by everything. You have this scene. They are sitting in. And she was very hurt, and It's maybe the first time I see Kris Jenner with emotion of human.
I don't remember. I've never seen her with emotion.
But I see
Kris Jenner. You're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, when she speaks with Caitlyn Jenner the first time, you remember this scene, and she holds.
Oh look.
Oh, Leo,
baby.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
baby.
I've had to take him out for a walk every day because he put on some weight during COVID. And
Oh,
Didn't we
right?
all, child?
Didn't we all?
COVID-19. We all got the COVID-19. Gained the
That's
COVID-19.
right.
I
So
had
take
Okay,
it
good
in.
part.
So
He
wait,
lost 9
Jordan.
pounds in
I,
2
I
months.
had I had COVID too, and I
Oh,
have a brain stroke because of COVID.
Oh my
I
gosh.
almost
Oh my
yes, I
God.
almost
A
died.
brain
Yes,
stroke?
it's yes because I had COVID. When I had the positive test, it's a
What
hate
the
match
hell?
hate match of 21.
What?
I was 10 days in my home.
In 2021, you said?
Wait, yes, in 21,
What?
because yes,
Jeez.
I
Wow.
did the hate mask and
Oh wait, it's 2022. Oh my god.
no,
Sorry.
yes, we are 2022 and
Sorry.
the 90th
I'm like, you
90th
just had it though. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm
19th
sorry.
in the March, I
March.
called, you know,
Okay.
the equivalent of 911 in France. I say, okay, I think I have brain stroke.
You home by yourself?
I am alone of
And
10
you had to
days.
call 911 for yourself?
Yes, because
You-
it is because it's the
Oh
middle
my
of the
god.
night.
You're so
I
lucky.
I had a head pain, and the aspirin don't make anything. And I
Mhm.
called the night the equivalent in France, and I say, okay, I'm bad. I have nausea. I
Mhm.
have head. What's happened? What's happening to me? It's oh, it's nothing. You are just little. It's a little pain in your hair. You can go to bed. Go aspirin and go to bed. Okay, I say don't.
Oh wow.
oh
Mm.
God.
And I was in pain. I
Mm.
take my jog, my sweater. I take my little bag with my with my security social card and some papers, and I go by myself. I walk to the hospital. It is in the middle of the night. It's midnight.
You walked?
Oh,
Yes.
Oh my god.
And I have I don't know. It's 22 of hypertension of cardiac physical tension, and my beat it's of 2000 of my heart, and I was sweating, you know, like a snail, you know, I
Mm.
sweating like I was
aw.
in the pool, and I have nausea. I vomit, I puke. I'm sorry, and I go to
Mm.
by myself in the middle of the night in hospital, and I come to the to see the nurse. I say, I'm sorry, but I have a COVID, and I think I have brain stroke, and they
Oh my
I say
God.
that, and
How would
and they say, okay, just go there. I give them my paper, and I go in the waiting room, and I have a homeless guy just near to me, and I see the nurse coming to me and say, okay, you're not very good, like, yes, I think I have brain shock. I said that, and I puke in my I'm sorry,
you
but
sit
I puke in my bag because I want to puke in
like
the
you're really lucky you even got to the hospital when you did. Like what if you
and
were
I almost 2 hours after, if I don't go to the hospital, I will be maybe die
right?
or
Oh,
tetraplegic.
Like so wait,
or what?
did they confirm that you did have a brain stroke?
They confirm because when they take my ECG, my tension, we know it's my tension is 22, and normally you died when it's in between 22 and 24. So you know the
Oh my
blood pressure
God.
is 22, and my beating heart it's 2000, and I have brain shock, and I was almost dying,
Mm.
Oh
and
my
they say,
gosh.
and I had, you know, laser to my myopia. And when after 2 months I go to see the ophthalmologist, they say, if you don't have any laser of your for your myopia, for your correction, I don't wear, you know, any glasses, you maybe will be blind.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Wow.
Yes, it's very thing like that. And I stayed 2 weeks in the hospital in neurology with isolation because of COVID, and I came home by myself too, and I have some friend to come with. I do everything by myself, and I had this intention to go to the hospital by myself, but I almost die. I almost die.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
So
And when
scary.
and you have, you know, half of my brain, the left half was, you know, the blood was constricted in my brain. It's very
oh.
brain stroke. It's not AVC. It's, you know, it's calling thrombosis. It's not the same. When you have AVC, it's your elocution and your capacity to thinking, it's touch, but thrombosis, it's a paralysis. You've been tetraplegic or paraplegic or blind or deaf. And 2 hours later, if I don't go to the hospital, I maybe was dead in my bed or I was tetraplegic in my bed.
Or blind or all like,
blind, yes, it's for sure. My ophthalmologist say to me, if I don't make a laser for my myopia to see without glasses, it's 100% to be I be blind.
That's
oh my gosh.
Is that COVID give me the possibility?
I didn't even know COVID could do that to you. I thought, or did the? I
didn't
mean,
either.
The brain stroke. You think the brain stroke caused more damage than COVID? Because the COVID probably caused that, and then that might have did a lot more damage. I don't know.
They said brain stroke is 1% of people of COVID.
They probably don't even know it all. Then
it's very
might not even be related. 1%.
They said it's 1%. What's my neurologist say to me? It's 1 or 2% in Europe. I don't know if US.
But like, did they like check to see that if it maybe it wasn't COVID and like you were having a stroke?
No,
you know what I mean? Like they just said it was COVID. 1% of people. Like you could have more strokes. You know what I mean? They could just 1%. That means they don't know. You know what I mean? 1%.
They said one side of effect of COVID it's a brain stroke, but it's possibly with vaccines to people have problematic with blood or phlebit, everything like that.
I just don't trust that. I don't trust them anyway. But I just don't trust that.
1%. Yeah. I had COVID. I don't have the vaccine.
Oh, you don't?
Yes, because it's a moment where the vaccine is not in France. It's not obligatory. It's not an obligation. Now I had look after because when I had my brain stroke, my doctor said we tend to do a vaccine because we don't know the effect about you, and we don't know if your thrombosis it's already gone or not. You must wait, and I wait maybe 7 months to have a first vaccine shot.
Okay, so now you've had it.
I had first, and now I maybe make the tooth in Valentine's Day.
Day. Or I think it was like 3 weeks apart or something.
But you know what? COVID is very, to me, I already had big, problematic with my health, but in one time, like, I had maybe an appendicitis or everything like that, but not like that. I was just, I was 10 days in my home, like, a flu, but the last day, after my COVID officially finished, I had the thrombosis. And it was insane.
Oh, wow.
I didn't hear about any of that with COVID. I think you better go back to your doctor and get your blood work done. I swear to God, I have not heard of that.
You know what? I had
my sister had strokes, and I guarantee it wasn't COVID. Like I'm telling you, strokes. I just feel like if they say only 1% of people could, that could be everybody, or that could have been one person. Like I would be more worried about that right now. Get your other vaccine.
You know what? I had a neurologist. I had my medicine. My normal medicine. I have so much doctor around me. I am very, and my best friend it's a doctor. I'm not.
But like think about like COVID just got out. Like how do they know? If we haven't had it that long, so how do they know what the side effects are in 10 years? You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
No, I had the.
I'd be worried. I would just be worried that you would have, because you live by yourself, and like that could have the first time. You know what I mean? Like I would just be more. I mean, unless you feel like you're okay.
No, now I had a treatment about the.
I hate the government, and I don't believe in their bullshit. So I don't believe in it.
I know, but
that's just me.
About my health, I have
trust them. Fuck them. Sorry.
I have.
I'm getting mad because like they have her convinced that that's what it is.
Pineapple.
I literally hate the government. I hate them. I hope they hear me right now. All right, I might as well. I'm gonna get off of here because I'm getting angry. No. My husband's actually home. I probably should have picked him up like a long time ago, but he got to ride home.
Oh, it was so nice to chat with y'all.
I know. I was trying to see if we could go back on later. If you guys, I can get back on. I didn't know what everybody was doing. Like when
I have to walk the dog.
Like he goes, like he'll probably, I don't know. Like I'm thinking, what time does Georgia? What are you doing, Jordan?
My kid gets home at 3 or 4, depending on if she has her after school program today, and then after that, nothing.
You staying? Is she like you after she goes to sleep or something? I was gonna call it confessional, but we don't even. Well, we can just get on there and we can all chat. You know what I mean?
We can make.
That sounds good.
You can make in French. It's calling blah blah.
Blah blah. Exactly.
Blah,
Blah blah. Yes,
Love
it's
that.
blah
Jordan,
blah.
where do you live? Are you
I
close
live
to
in
Richmond?
Alabama.
Oh, dang. I thought you were a Carolina girl.
Well, I'm
Oh.
from there, but I just don't live there anymore, unfortunately.
Oh.
And Trish, where are you at? I know you already said it. Don't tell me.
I'm in Richmond. Yeah, I'm in Richmond now.
Oh, wait,
I've been, I went from Roanoke. So 2 weeks before my 14th birthday, I flew from LAX. My dad lived in Santa Monica. My parents got divorced when I was 7, and my mom had lived in Phoenix. So I flew from LAX into Roanoke, where my mom lived, 2 weeks before my 14th birthday. And that was a bit of a culture shock, but I loved it. I loved it. I loved the sense of community, the sense of, people like right now, like I said, my in-laws lived down the street until they passed away in October and then January. And then I've got a brother-in-law who lives down the street the other way and a sister-in-law who lives about a mile down the street, and all the cousins are close. And, it's wonderful.
The way Philly Diva described it is exactly how it is. We know everybody around here. You're related to them or you know them.
Exactly. And so that's exactly, and my kids went to the same schools that their dad and their aunts and uncles went to all the way through.
Principles.
So I fought to put down roots. Even though my mother moved every 1 to 2 years, I did the exact opposite. So from 14 to 16, she stayed in Roanoke, and then she took off and went to New Jersey. And I'm like, I'm out, I'm staying put. And so then I went to the University of Virginia for college, and then the University of Virginia Law School, and then had the opportunity to go to Atlanta to work at King and Spalding or come to Richmond and work at Hutton and Williams. And again, because I felt so lucky to know people that I'd known since I was 14, and to be able to, so I decided to move to Richmond where I would know people and still have that sense of community. And
I like that though. Because you're like East Coast, but you have that over there, like you have that sense of like in Arizona and like over that, and then you have this culture over here. Like you're just a good mix of you're just good.
Well, it's funny. People meet me and they think that I'm from New Jersey, and I'm like, well, my mother's from New Jersey, and she taught me how to talk.
Yeah. Use guys.
I don't know. I think I have. Yeah, I've got my family up in Forked River. And my mother used to own property. Yeah, where you're at Tom's River, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally in the middle, snap dab in the middle, right by the river. Literally on it. Where were you saying about the witchy? Like literally. I was asking you who was in Forked, but I usually go west. I really go east. I go towards.
They live on, what are those things? The canals or lagoons or whatever. They've got the lagoons.
Yes.
Yeah. So you go out into the backyard and then you get to your boat.
Yeah.
The
creek in the river.
Crazy.
Yeah, in the river. It's awesome.
Oh.
It's I swim in the Delaware River, so I'm used to it. Everybody thinks it's gross, but we swim in the rivers around here. Like we're river rats, but we're shore rats too.
I used to.
Because I can get to East Coast up and down in 2 hours, so it's not far. And even town small, Jersey's even smaller.
But Jersey, it's like bubble, it's like a bubble city.
We're we don't like change. We're like 2 trends behind. We're 2 seasons behind. We're nothing like New York. We're more like Philly.
When I was gone in New York, I see twice in Jersey. I think it's very different vibe. I see for me it's very familial vibe. For me it's very
New York.
Vintage. No, New Jersey. It's for me familial vibe.
Really?
Yes, I feel that because New York for me it's like Paris, the same vibe. You see, for me it's like that, like Berlin or London. Berlin it's this capital vibe. For me, New York, it's like that. You have fashion, you have building, everything like that. And it reminds me very Paris in this same idea. But when I go to Jersey, for me, it reminds me you go to Manchester for London. This vibe.
I've never heard anybody say that about Jersey ever in my life. Nobody's ever said that.
It's the
this place is not. It's not even like. I don't know. I've never been anywhere else.
My relatives in Forked River have never been anywhere else either. My aunt and uncle, my uncle is my godfather, Dino.
What do we have?
Yeah, they've lived there, and then all three of their kids
he's right
stayed
there
down the shore.
Yeah, it's the shore, Atlantic City, New York, and so we don't go anywhere. I don't want to. I mean,
yes, it's but I love to travel. It's my.
That's great. I mean, I love the Jersey Shore, but I mean, where I'm at now, it's all right. It's just it's town, but like I'm mostly more at our shore house. That's where I'm like, that's my home. I have to be on the beach. I need to be over water. If I was landlocked, I'd feel like I was like I couldn't be landlocked. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing about Atlanta that I didn't like.
New York's way too much for me. I'm more like Philly. New York's too much. Like when we go there, it's going to
Richmond's only a couple of hours.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I'm going to be there for 2 days. It's going to make me crazy. I'm going to want to come home, but for
in New York,
I'm telling you. Yes, I'm going to stay for 2 days because I just, you know, like I probably won't see Zach again for like probably 2 years after this, unless they're going to do a show. I just want to spend time with them and you guys, whoever's coming up there. But it's going to kill me to be away from home for 2 days. It's really going to kill me. I mean, I'll be happy because I'll be with them, but like, I'll be homesick. So I need you guys to be there.
Oh.
My husband's doing. He's like, he'll stay one night, but he's not going to stay the second night. But I think I want to get an Airbnb. I was talking to that girl, Sarah. I forget her last name, but she's coming here. She'll split. I don't know. I got to say how much it's going to be. But I mean, if I got a big one and it's close, you know, we can.
Yeah, get a lot of people together. That would be so much fun.
Like honestly, like an Airbnb over a motel or a hotel in New York. Trust me, I want to do that more.
Yeah. Well, I told my husband about Nashville, and we haven't been anywhere because of COVID for like 3 years. And he's got like some 2-week trial coming up, and he's like, I can't put off a 2-week trial, you know. And so I'm like, oh, well, too bad for you. Not that he might be interested anyway, you know.
Well, but George, I'm like, you're making me go to this. I said, don't say it like that. But yes.
But COVID, it's
because he hates this stuff. He's gonna hate it, but he's coming anyway.
I think COVID.
I mean, he'll probably stay. Honestly, he'll probably stay at the motel or wherever we're at. He's probably not
right.
He has to. He has to come see them. He has to just say hi at least. But
you must be careful in New York because when I see the last time they have
the murder rate's up 400%.
Bed bugs in every hotel in New York.
It's up 400%. It's same in Philly though.
Yes,
you want me to bring my black trans ass to New York?
No, carjackings 7 and 8 a night in Philly. 7 or 8 a night.
You want me to bring my black transgender ass?
Yes.
Goodbye.
You come see our gay friends. We're going to see our gay friends.
The last time.
No.
Oh shoot! The last time I was in New York.
You know what? The last time I go to New York, they say me, don't go to Harlem. You are white
the whole country's murder rates up though.
You can to be aggressed. You can to be assault. I say, guy, I was gone in Africa. I was make a taxi mobilette one myself in the middle of Africa. Everybody never come to me to assault me. I was go to Harlem. I don't have any problems. You know, the last time I was assaulted by someone, it is in Paris. It is
more than once.
Yes,
it happened more than once.
No, but when I go to Paris, when I go to Paris, I live in Paris. I was assaulted by a guy. He tried to take my bag.
Damn.
Yes, in Paris.
That's crazy. Anywhere.
When I go to Harlem,
people are fucking crazy. People are fucking nuts.
I don't have anything when I go to Harlem. I don't have anything when I go to Bronx. I was with my little dress, my little sneakers, and my bag, and I feel like that. Yes, and people are very nice. And I have this.
It's very nice, she said.
Yes, I have. It's it's very funny because
it's not, but it is.
It's not funny, but
it's not. But she's like, but she's talking like it's so like. But I was look so nice.
But you're talking like, but it was a great night though. But we had a great time.
I'm like, but what? Okay.
But really, but when we go in Africa, you go alone in the middle of the night. You can to every die. It's not killing. But I never feel in danger. I feel in danger in my city town in Paris when I go in some places, but when I go to New York, I never feel in danger. I never feel bad, but I don't go in the middle of the night in Central Park. Okay.
Yeah, you don't go out after dark. You definitely don't leave after dark. I don't. I used to never lock my doors until just like the last 2 years. But I never had security cameras until the last 2 years. Like, do you know? I don't know if you've ever heard of Camden. It's like literally the next town. Do you know Camden, New Jersey? Do you hear about it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yes.
literally like it's a couple towns over. It's like I think we have like the highest crime rate in the country. But so they go in and out of town, and it's like it's crazy. It's just crazy. It got really bad, like burglaries, carjackings.
I've heard about the carjackings. Yeah,
bad.
in Jersey City and Newark,
Trenton.
and
My friend's daughter
Yeah.
got shot in the back of the head and she went to buy weed, and her boyfriend behind sit in the car. Well, she's driving her friend, 2 kids, young kids behind her. They were 21 years old going to buy weed in Trenton. The 2 boys decided to beat the dealer. He took a gun and shot them both in the back of the head, and that was it.
oh my God.
And like literally in the middle of the day this happens. She just got home from school.
Jesus.
You would never in a million years expect that. And it's like, you don't
No.
understand how quick that can happen. Like when they were talking the other day,
Yeah.
when Kelly was telling her story, that's what I was thinking about Danielle. But how quickly
couldn't
she can
believe
go
that.
wrong. Like just, it's you
Yes.
gotta be careful. Like I have instincts, and he thinks I'm paranoid. I'm like, I call it instinct. I don't leave if
No,
I
but yeah. Well, ignorance is bliss. I mean, I flew
Right.
into
But I
Istanbul with
mean-
a friend of mine after taking the bar, and we were walking around in the middle of the night because our flight, we didn't even get in until what was like 6 p.m. their time, and East Coast time, it was like 12 hours or 9 hours different. Anyway, so we're walking around. It's like 11 or 11:30 in Istanbul. And, you know, there are lots of people out, and we felt the energy and didn't feel sketchy, you know, because there were people
Yeah.
out and about. But we had this guy, Georgie, come up to us and say, look, this is not a good place for you all to be right now. You need to get to wherever you all are staying and then do your sightseeing tomorrow. And then he said, and by the way, you know, my cousin owns this rug shop. Come by and see us tomorrow, whatever. So we actually wound up staying in touch with him, and he took us to some really cool local spots. But, you know, right, Georgie. But honestly, I think that ignorance is bliss, you know, because we didn't know any better. We just, you know, but he was like, no, you're in a bad part of old Istanbul, right? Yeah, you feel
just now. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's true, but do you think with COVID all the violences agrees and
no, I'll tell you my theory, but that'll take a whole nother episode. But it has to do with the karmic earth. But I will talk about that.
But I think that because you know
polarization. This is polarization. You have to have a lot of good to have a lot of bad.
I think
to purge your karma.
Because I speak because in Paris we have it's 3 months ago we have a woman. She was SA. She was raped by 10 guys in the middle of the street in the night. We have carjacking. We have so much bad things.
It's a lot of violence, but it's polarized with a lot. It's just. Hopefully it's not going to last much longer. Hopefully by the end of next year it'll be out of it.
We have now it's crack, like in Philly.
Crack?
Yes, in Philly. You know the street of Philly with all these people, and Paris.
Kensington Avenue. Avenue. It's an open air drug market, and they have videos of people who look like zombies who are standing. But they're standing, but they're grouped over.
You have the video.
They walk down my street like that. They're not. It's a shame. Everybody around here is a everybody.
You have video on YouTube.
Well, meth's the problem now. Meth's the biggest problem.
You see a guy in car, and he filmed the city of Philadelphia. And okay, we have the.
I've seen those Kensington Avenue videos.
Yes,
it's actually it's all of Kensington now, but like. Camden, they chased them out of Camden over to Kensington. They put Sun City there. But listen, you can't tell them you're going to kick them. They're going to go somewhere else. You need to help them. You cannot not give them services. His father, that's methadone or he chose to live there and live his life out and do that. He's not going to get better. You know what I mean? You can't just keep giving it. Put an addict.
You know what I don't understand is that rehab has like a 5% success rate. Now, as a lawyer or a doctor, if I have a 5% success rate, nobody's going to keep coming to me. So why is this business model continuing if it's not successful? It's got to be the only game in town, right? Money. People are making money off of it.
Listen, the DARE program,
people aren't getting better.
It started from the DARE program. They introduced it to us. They introduced us to drugs to get us on drugs. So then half of us become addicts, and we need to go. We get in trouble, and we need to spend money in the court system. The other half has to go to fucking rehab, and then they get their money that way. And now they don't let all the technology come through because they need to keep us sick. So. That's it.
Yep.
But it's very strange because when I see the rehab in US, It's
Uh-huh.
literally like in France.
I know. I gotta actually hang up. Like literally, my husband's here.
In
I
France,
gotta-
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I'll hang up. You guys can stay
We'll
on.
talk later, love. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all right.
No, so you guys can stay on if you want. Yeah.
I gotta eat. I'm eating my lunch and take the dog for a walk.
Bye bye
All right.
everyone.
Love
Bye.
you.
Yeah, I'll be back on later.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.